eyes. You're on a mission, burning ambition. You've got your eyes on the prize. You've gotta rise to the challenge. Show 'em what you got. Step up and take what's yours. You are kings now, Clash of Titans.
Hey everyone, Anthony with Tornado Tag Podcast with an arrow and a box, TTP. There it is.
Are you sure?
We are sure. If you guys like what you hear, hit that subscribe button, the like. I think you could do reviews on certain podcasts. You can definitely do that. I think someone, last night I was on a group chat. There's a thing called Promote Your Podcast. And some guy was like going live on it. And there's like 10,000 people who are part of this page. So I was like, F it. I put my podcast and he listened to it. And I guess he was like, he did his iTunes and he was reading all of the reviews. And there was like 8 reviews or something like that. He was reading them all. I was like,
I have to look.
I didn't even know we had reviews.
I've never looked.
But yeah, we have a really cool show. If you definitely like us and you want to support us, there is links below to everything we're going to talk about. And you can grab some cool merch. If you wear a TTP shirt, I'll be very happy. And then, yeah, that'll pretty much do it. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything this week. We got some news. Obviously, we're going to talk about TakeOver, talk about what happened on Raw and SmackDown. We have a brand new segment tonight called the Wednesday Night Wars that Tyler's going to head up on. And then tonight's topic. You prepared for that?
Yeah,
all right.
I'm Wikipedia prepared.
Yeah, Tyler's got a cool topic for us tonight. So give us a quick, before we start, what is our topic going to be about?
Ricochet.
Ricochet. So if you want to know the history of Ricochet, that will be towards the end of the show.
Quick question. Is his real name Rick O'Shea? His real name is Trevor Mann, which sounds faker than Ricochet.
It does.
He's the man, Trevor Mann.
He's Helios.
He's an Eagles fan, so I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that takes some points off. So we were at PPW.
We were.
A very good time. We got a lot of cool content. We're going to be releasing one a week because we interviewed a lot of talent and a lot of the help. We're going to help build the story of what's going on at PPW. So you can check out our content, then go check out PPW stuff, and it's all going to be on Facebook and YouTube. We have 3 cool interviews from us, 3 good interviews from PA Pile Driver Podcast, and the Wicked Turtle guys have their spotlights coming out. So we got a lot of really good content coming out from PPW that weekend.
That's cool.
I like you were going to say something.
Including a special interview with Andy Hedder's nemesis, Chris Beggs.
Oh,
he called you out.
Yeah.
He called you out, man.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, he was yelling and screaming.
It was to me.
We did, behind the camera, we did it twice because the first time I didn't have the camera set up properly.
Oh, jeez.
And we both cracked 3 times.
The good thing you didn't have it set properly.
Yeah, it was fun. It was hilarious.
No, the Beggs was a total pro, though. He saved it. He saved it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. We interviewed Rembrandt.
Okay.
Who's
going to be
one.
appearing at High Tension now?
Yep.
And
he's on the roster anyway.
His old tag partner is going to be there too.
Yeah.
Who's his old tag partner? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
but
forget
I know
his name.
he's
Another House of Glory guy.
Okay.
Oh,
House of Glory dudes are just polished. And then that one was going to be on the PA Pile Driver. We did a joint one, but the ones I did, Deshaun Pratt already came out. That was awesome. We have Chris Banks, which is going to be coming out, and then also the main event, which the end of that has been teased a lot. The main event, really like the end of it because Jay Lyon got his meat beat by the Headbangers. It was we'll talk about it later. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. But on the phone. Is this your like second or third time calling in? You're becoming like a veteran to the show. Ryan Vox, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, fellas, how are we?
Good. So,
He's on the show too much, dude. He's after my spot.
I actually had a really big fumble the one time because I guess I'm always bringing Ryan Vox up, and then I interviewed a wrestler called Fox Vinyl. Vineyard. See, I did it again already. Vineyard. And I called him
Vox Vinyl.
Vox Vinyl. Yeah, because
that's a good name.
Yeah, I blended your names together in my brain. Yeah. But he called in, like, completely called the wrong name on the intro. It was terrible. But your name popped in my brain at the same time his did, and then I'm doing an interview where a guy has a vinyl collection. It's just there's too much going on upstairs.
It all bleeds together.
Yeah, it all bleeds in. But you're calling in because
I got a vinyl collection too.
How about that? Wow.
Really? Maybe I'll have to come in. We'll do an episode and show it off.
There we go.
All right.
Cross promotion, baby.
Now, you're calling in because something we're really excited about. Outbreak is coming back, and it's going to be this Saturday in Temple, right?
Oh, yeah.
Man,
You're excited. I've been telling everyone I'm like a caged animal.
Yeah.
It's been 7 months. Like I'm about to lose my mind.
Wow, 7 months already. Wow.
Yeah. It was one of those
I
things
know, right?
where it was one of those things where we didn't think it was coming back, man. It was kind of on a really bad hiatus there, and it was like, man, if this is over, I don't like. I've grown accustomed to Outbreak. Like that's my introduction to indie wrestling. That's been my introduction to, wrestling podcasts. Like I met so many cool people there. Like there's a huge void in my life not going on right now because Outbreak's not a thing. I miss my Ed House. I miss my Ryan Vox. There's a lot of guys there. I didn't get to see in 7 months. So I'm excited to get back at it.
Let's give it the proper intro at the top. It's Outbreak Desolation 2 Symphony of Chaos. It will be at the Temple Fire Company social quarters, 4963 Kutztown Road in Berks County, Temple, Pennsylvania. You can order in advance and get $5 off the ticket price if you order ahead of time.
Yep.
$5 extra to the door. I know it's been back and forth on Facebook, Ryan. Are there any front row tickets left, or are they sold out again?
I believe right now there are 2. Someone contacted us this morning and said that they couldn't make it.
Okay.
So 2 more front row tickets were released.
So the only thing is, I don't know when this is going to be uploaded because I go to work tomorrow, and depending on
the internet, the local internet.
So our local internet is broken; it's completely down.
Right.
So I'm hoping to get this up at least by tomorrow night.
If you're listening to this on Friday
They
night,
should have it fixed tomorrow morning.
or the morning, Saturday morning, the 21st, drop what you're doing and get to Temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened with the internet?
They said
The construction
construction workers
on the bridge.
Was it in an Acme truck? I'm sorry, Acme.
Acme.
I'm from Philly.
They didn't say what it was. It's just
Yeah.
the construction worker broke the line. They've been fixing that bridge for like 3-4 years now.
Yeah. So Brian has a little bit of the card here, but before we kind of dive into it,
I'm sure Vox has the card.
Yeah.
Sure he does.
I hope he does.
No, only I have it.
yeah,
I haven't told him what we're doing yet.
What's the matches, brother?
we want to show we're prepared. We have it as well. But what are some of the big things that we're going to be seeing at Outbreak this weekend?
Man, well, the debut of Jimmy Rave.
Yeah, from former
Right.
RH talent.
Yep.
I don't know if you didn't watch
with
TNA.
every big
No.
company there is.
Yeah, but remember the Rock and Rave Connection, TNA?
Infection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or Infection, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and him and Castro they were in Ring of Honor at the same time, but they never touched.
Wow, how about that?
Undefeated.
Yeah.
That's always fascinating
Castro.
when you
Yeah.
when you see talent that just never worked with each other,
Right.
and they were working in the same company at the same time. It's like
for a couple of years. Because that's when he was
strange.
doing the toilet paper, when you throw a toilet paper at Jimmy
Yeah.
Rave.
You've never worked cash.
Yeah,
right?
like they
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
like
Well,
over time they did have a couple of matches on the indies, but yeah, it was just wild that while they were both in Ring of Honor, they just never crossed paths.
Wow.
yeah. So, but he's gonna give him a run for his title, right?
Well, we'll see.
Awesome.
We'll see.
And what else? What else can we expect? I know you got a little competition going on there. Maybe another title defense that night.
Yeah, we got Yam. It was originally Yams versus Chubby Daddy, and then Ed House decided that he wanted to jump in, which it's fitting since Yams jumped in his business at the last show. So
Yeah,
it's kind of fitting. Yeah, turnabout's fair play.
It's a 3-way now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
I'm torn on that one because Chubby Daddy's super talented.
I'm wrestling him tomorrow night.
Yeah, Chubby Daddy's fantastic. Called into the show already, but I'm a big.
Trajan.
I've never heard of him. Is he anything like Chubby Dudley?
No,
he's
not
like
really.
he's like Chubby Velveteen Dream, but white.
I don't
He
know
kind
how-
of looks like Joey Janela.
Yeah, kind of like a hippie Joey
does.
Janela. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
The funny thing about Chubby is he would have been with us a lot sooner. And I was asking someone about him, and he said that he was 240, and I was like, "Oh, he's right out of range for the Intimidator."
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll come back to him later then.
Eat a couple more
And then,
burgers on the way to the
he showed
arena.
up-
And then
yeah,
Popeyes
then he
introduced the
ended up
chicken
showing
sandwich.
up to, he showed up at the Battle of Bad Street. He ended up winning the Battle Royal, where he got to call his match. And then him, Radke, and Bad Banks came out and won the Bad Street titles that night. Like,
And Radke's is officially retired. So what's going to go on with that Bad Street?
I'm going to talk about Saturday night.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Well, so
find out
we'll
Saturday
find out-
night.
we'll find out what's going on with the Bad
just
Street.
so people know, the Intimidator title is you're supposed to be 250 and above.
Yes.
Yes.
I got
Wait.
Yeah, the Intimidator, yes.
Yeah.
So that's why Yams and Chubby Daddy and House are going to be going at it, and then Bad Bad Banks is going to be going up against DM Bush.
Okay.
Ian Bush had a PPW appearance.
Yeah,
it was really good to see him. He was there. I was like, man, I haven't seen
shows
him
ago,
in
yeah.
a long time, man. It was cool to see him. We got a little interview with him and put him over as
Nice.
former Outbreak champion when we interviewed him. So it was awesome to see him. He still looks great. He looked great in the ring.
Yeah, I just saw him last night up at the dungeon. He's ready.
Yeah,
Nice.
So I think I'm secretly pulling Fred House to get that title. I think it's time for Fred House to get some gold at Outbreak. I think, and then you have some spots open for possible new number one contenders for the heavyweight champion.
The entire night is a number one contenders match, basically.
Yeah.
Every single match, the winners are going to be in a battle royal at the semi-main event, and the final three are going to be in a triple threat right now, like right at that moment.
Nice.
And then the winner of the triple threat will go on to face Cortez or Jimmy Rave or whomever is the Outbreak champion in the very near future.
Wow. It's very much like ECW Fairly Legal. When they had the three-way, and then you immediately got to wrestle Raven for the world title.
Nice.
Right, except all three are going to actually have to start at the same time this time.
Oh, wow. So it'll be a little equal. It's not like Raven's coming out fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
That's cool.
You've been getting some practice in Rumbles and staying in the
I'll
ring.
be in one. Well, when is it? Jeez. Next Saturday, too.
Yeah, so you're prepared. You're ready to get ready to put that two-time champion.
Yeah, hey.
First two-time champion.
How many people that could possibly be in this Rumble bleeding for 37 minutes?
Yeah. 37
and
minutes.
How long did you last in that Rumble? You hit a record, didn't you?
37-14.
Yep.
37 minutes, 14 seconds. How about that?
I think you led eliminations, too.
I don't know if you were there at Mawa when I was 33 minutes. I don't know if you.
My goodness! I don't actually remember a battle royal at Mawa. I must have been not.
Yeah, you must not have been there.
One.
Yeah, but it was me, and then came down me and Vinny and somebody. Oh my God, somebody else. I forget. Pat, maybe.
Yeah. So who's Andy wrestling here, Brian?
Straight out of Baltimore, the Baltimore Beast, Mason Martin.
Yeah.
There's a guy that could probably go for an Intimidator title. I mean, jeez, he's short, but
he definitely could.
Yeah.
Mason has been an Outbreak original, been there a long time, was a babyface for a long time, and then I believe the last show or the show before, he kind of turned his back on the fans and his friends,
Son of a bitch.
And now he's heel and he's pissed and he wants opportunities. So that's
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually a little deeper. He left a few shows ago because we were really disputing what he wanted to do, and he went to New Jersey and started just going hardcore death matches, you know, and he wanted me to make this a hardcore match, and I told him no.
Thank you.
I said it's not going to happen, brother. Like, no. But so he's hungry. He's ready to go.
That's good.
And he shed some pounds too.
Oh, did he? Wow. I haven't seen him. Oh God, probably since his last Outbreak show when I took on another big guy, Big Pat. Wasn't that the last one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pat's legit 7 foot tall.
and you beat him.
Yeah. How about that? Well, I wasn't picking him up though.
You keep winning these matches, you might need to bulk up to 240.
I know. Oh my God. That's Jesus Christ. I'm not.
Give the Mexican supplements, brother.
Yeah.
Ben will get you there.
How do you gain 50 pounds?
McDonald's and
Spend a couple weekends with me, I'll get you up there.
Yeah.
steaks and weights, baby.
I
a
said
lot of
McDonald's and
steroids.
Snickers. That's how I gained my 70 pounds with my ex being pregnant.
Oh my God.
What else we got on this card, Brian?
Looking forward to it though.
Go.
Pop around.
Yeah, we also
the
have
winner's circle.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're
The
asking me
winner's
about
circle. They're going to face the final two from the Livewire Invitational. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Now, how many people are in the Livewire Invitational?
So you know how we end up doing this. Like, it was supposed to be 12, and then it was 15, and then it was 18, and now we've got 20.
Okay.
Is that going to be a battle royal as well?
Yes.
It is, but that'll be on the pre-show, and that's going to be more Royal Rumble style, where the guys are coming out every minute, as opposed to everyone starting at the same time.
Last time
And
this
it's-
happened, Robbie Radke came in a mask and ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah, we were a little more careful about vetting this time around.
Hopefully you won't be in this one.
So yeah, and yeah, like you said earlier, Radke's retired, so he's not going to pull that one on me again.
Yeah, and this is all like
I would never count Radke out of anything.
I know, right?
He's getting married.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some pictures. There's a few masks in this match. So
you got to start peeking.
You never know, but it's
bit.
really cool because we've got all these new guys. That's 20 guys, right? That are coming in. Most of them never been seen before.
Yeah.
One of them could be the new number one contender by the end of the night.
That's true because they win that match and then they in the 3-way, right? Or like they're in the Battle Royal and then they could possibly be in the 3-way. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Right, they'd have to win the Invitational. They'd have to beat Tyler Ash and Showtime Grimes, and then they'd have to win the Battle Royal in the 3-way.
Oh wow, so that's
you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah,
wow.
that's
you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah, how pretty would that be if someone pulled that off, man?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right. What's another match we got on this card?
Everyone's favorites, the Kings of Mustachery, will be back. And they're facing the debuting Dog Nation. I don't know if you boys know about. You should know about Dog Nation.
I've wrestled them at True Wrestling, me and Matt Turner. Yeah.
Yeah.
True Wrestling, they're the current 1CW Tag Team Champions. They still will be because 1CW doesn't run until the next weekend.
Okay. Yeah, they also wrestle for what's that one in York? SWA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen them there.
Yeah, those boys have been getting a lot of time.
Yeah, they're both pretty good. They're both young, in good shape.
Yeah, we tried to have them before, but they've been so busy, it's hard to get them in, you know?
Yeah, it's like Aaron Clayball, and I'm drawing a blank on their guy's name. But anyway, they're all pretty
Sage Matthews.
There you go. So yes, Ace Matthews.
Yeah.
I'll probably be at True Wrestling tomorrow, actually.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Excellent.
Last time we seen the Mustachery, they bled all over the place.
Yeah.
That went through a window or something.
Ryan did. Oh my god.
It was scary.
Yeah, what he was, I forget the number of stitches in his arm.
Ooh, it was rough.
9.
Yeah.
It was 9.
On the makeshift table in the back.
That's why Andy's not doing that hardcore match.
Yeah. We ain't doing no car
Yeah,
doors.
God bless Dr. Frank, man. Dr. Frank's got it all on lock.
Yeah. The really cool, we'll give this a plug real quick. Dr. Frank has a really cool interview out right now with the Wicked Turtle Network.
Okay.
Where they go up to the ranch. That's the farm or the ranch where he's from, and I guess he shows all his memorabilia. Like a bunch of wrestlers gave him old gear.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He has like all this old.
Really?
It's an
That's
awesome
pretty cool.
interview. You gotta check it out.
Yeah, so like I always wondered, Bret Hart used to talk about this kooky doctor in Pennsylvania that Owen used to stay with all the time, and I was like, that's got to be Frank.
He
probably is.
He has in cases, I think 2 or 3 of different Owen gears.
Oh, then it must have been.
Wow.
Okay, so it was definitely Frank.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one from Pittsburgh, like Maroon or something like that?
That's the guy who works with WWE's Medical now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from PA, right?
Then there
he's from
there was
Pittsburgh.
another doctor from
Bruno got
Pennsylvania
him involved with
from Hershey area, and he was the guy that was supposedly supplying the juice.
So, not supposedly, he was found guilty.
The Horian or whatever.
He's still in practice. He's a urologist in Hershey now.
Wow. I wonder if we still get some gas.
He's a urologist?
Yeah, he's a urologist.
Yeah.
I should go to him.
He was the.
Let's all get on the gas.
He was the state. It's funny because we're talking about Outbreak. He was the state-appointed physician when they would run in Hamburg, and he would set up shop in the back, and whatever the boys wanted, their candies, he would make sure they got them.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yep, and now it's Dr. Frank, but Dr. Frank does not serve candy.
No, he's actually very adamant about he didn't like that at all, and I guess there's stories. I don't want to say the whole story, but there's stories where some pretty big names went to him and said, "I need you to get me this," and he's like, "You're better than this. Don't do it."
Yeah,
and a lot of guys got really mad at Frank, and then they end up turning around and saying, "You know what? I respect you because you told me no."
Yeah.
Like I think he does. Go ahead.
I wish somebody would have said that to me with real candy.
Yeah. I have gummy worms. What?
By the way, he doesn't. I'm fat. Just so you know that.
But anyway, Dr. Frank.
Like Dr. Frank he's our regular doctor. He'll be there Saturday, and he actually has rules that are a little stricter than PA State Athletic Commission.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate it. We really do, because we care about the safety of everyone on the roster.
Yeah, he's been doing this a long time, especially in this business.
He's usually right by the curtain, and he'll ask you if you're okay all the time when you come back.
Yeah, yep, 100%. Not only that.
Yep, and he knows he knows every single person on that roster.
Yep.
He does, yeah.
Like, he knows them. It's not just, oh, hey, how you doing? He knows them.
Yeah, like some guys, like that, I forget it was a small Asian guy, he used to be in Reading area, and he just, I didn't even know anybody.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah. I lost, where were we at? Match-wise.
Match-wise, we had left off at the
tag team match.
The Mustachery, Kings of Mustachery and Dog Nation.
Yeah, there's going to be another tag team match. The I-95 Express.
That's a good
Mike
name.
Swanson and Bristol Lion. They're going to be on there against SoundCloud Nation. Or no, I'm sorry, they're called Los Bad Bunnies.
Oh,
Felipe and Nathan SoundCloud.
Oh, wow.
You had me at I-95 Express.
I like the I-95 Express, and I hope they have a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's
yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm
They're
not.
fun. And like Felipe's actually been on quite a few shows. So is Swanson.
Really?
Has been on a few of our shows. So it'll be good to see them more pushed up a little bit higher on the card this time.
Yeah.
Did you say his name is SoundCloud?
What's
Yes.
That's funny.
So what's the second team's name? Tag team name?
Los Bad Bunnies.
Oh, Los Bad Bunnies.
That is Spanish for the Bad Bunnies.
There's that rapper Bad Bunny who
Yeah.
hangs around with Ric Flair all the time.
And then the bunny.
Yeah.
And she's with that butcher and blade.
Oh, that one. Well, she's hot. But...
Yeah, trust me, they're riding all those waves. They're riding all.
Sweet.
And then the only other thing we have besides the Invitational is Tommy Vex. One of our, he's always there.
Yep.
We love Tommy. And he drew Mac Mayhem.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a guy. That's a guy.
Yeah.
That's a guy you have a.
There's two Clash of Styles.
Yeah, you're wrestling Mac. You better bring extra ice packs because you're gonna be lumped up after the match is over. He's a very physical, tough dude.
Yeah, and he took almost as long off as Outbreak did, and he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Did we talk about Ian Bush versus Bad Bat?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Bush and Bank. That'll be a heck of a one. Because I've known both of those guys almost the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Ian a little bit longer, but yeah, I've worked with Bad Banks for a long time, and he's no one to mess with.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No relation to Chris Banks, too. So
Yeah.
for that.
A lot of Banks out there.
Or Sasha.
Or Lloyd.
Or Phil.
Now another cool thing with this show as well is the winner circle is going to be there. Is the winner himself going to be there?
So he has to be. Andy Weinberg.
No, the winner is not going to be there.
Oh no, he's running for president,
He had a
right?
previous engagement.
Well, hopefully next time.
It's
we'll
the primaries. He said he's going for president this
Yeah.
year.
He's in Nevada right
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
said run
busy.
for any party.
Yep, he doesn't care. he's a good guy. Now I know he's talking about making his debut, and then the Outbreak kind of disappeared for a little bit there. Are we going to possibly see Sabal make his return?
Jabal, he will be back. Probably, I'm hoping he doesn't show up Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But a couple of his newer friends are in the Livewire Invitational, so
Wow.
Cool.
there's always a chance to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And DB Kraft, is he going to be lurking around?
I'm sure we'll see DB again.
Yeah. That's another one. You never know if he's going to be there or not. He'll show up at the worst opportunities, and usually if you're in the ring and his music hits, it's a bad night for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. Listen, I'm super happy that Outbreak is back. It's going to be a fantastic show. Yeah. So this is gonna be a regular thing again. We're back. The boys are back, right?
Oh, we are back, and we are going full steam. And if Saturday's a success, and it really looks like it's going to be right now, you're probably going to see even more shows pop up.
Wow,
We've got
good.
we have 6 scheduled, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot more pop up.
Awesome. When do we go back to the field house?
May.
Wow.
May 16th, we will be back at the field house.
Mark your calendar. May 16th,
Yeah.
Fieldhouse, Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
I love the field house.
Yeah, that's such a great place.
Yeah.
It'll be getting a little hot
Yeah,
there.
man,
So
we're going to do 2 more at Temple, and then we're hitting the field house.
awesome.
Now I know you're going to have the guys from High Tension are going to be there and kind of hang out with you and talk and see the show a little bit too. So possibly maybe you guys can work out a cool little deal too.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We've always been more than happy to work with every single company in the area, you know. And a majority of them have been more than happy to work with us too.
Yeah, and that only makes wrestling better.
Right. During our hiatus, CCW and Valor were nice enough to let Cortez defend the title on their shows.
Yeah.
So, we kept everything moving and kept everything flowing really well. And hopefully we get to do more with those companies in the future.
Yeah. And it's cool to see other characters, not characters, others' talent. I'm thinking like it's a video
Some
game.
people are characters.
Yeah, there are some characters out there. You can see some other talent, bounce from places like True and Evolve and PPW and ACW and Outbreak and now High Tension. So it's awesome that there's so much places to go see some cool local wrestling. And no one really steps on each other's shows and does shows really the same night.
It
happens every now and then.
We don't try to.
Yeah, it does. It happens every now and then. And
years ago, they were like that. Yeah,
Andy driving right after a match.
Yeah.
Well, that was because, we're talking about it. Like Andy was double booked last Saturday, but it was because the one show for Backbreakers was postponed from a weather thing.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that night, and everybody's like, "Why is Andy wearing Wolverine pants?"
Yeah,
I heard that like 5 times.
Cool.
Yeah, they were cool. He got a Andy Marvel chant.
Yeah, which I don't get. I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No, that's stupid.
Anything else you want?
As Andy Marvel in my phone.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to put over before we let you go here, Ryan?
Oh, I don't think so, man. I just got to tighten up all the loose ends before Saturday, and like I said, I'm ready to go. This is going to be a really, really fun show. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
It looks like a good lineup, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And Temple's a cool building, too. And there is a bar, so there will be beer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
The bar is open.
And so hopefully, I'm not sure exactly what the plans are this weekend. There is some stuff, off camera that I'm kind of dealing with. I may or may not be at the show, but if we are there, hopefully, we're going to start working. You're going to see some cool content just like we're doing at PPW at Outbreak. We're going to try to interview some guys and really help push those storylines. And maybe you'll have more now that Outbreak's a thing. Some people will be calling in again. We'll definitely get back in the swing of things.
And you, the listener or viewer on YouTube, if you're in the Berks County area, have nothing to do this Saturday, check it out.
Yeah.
A great night of entertainment for a reason, like price of a movie ticket, essentially, by the time you go out and get all that other stuff. And it's pro wrestling.
You, the listener and viewer, also, if you like true crime, listen to Murder, My Dude. You too, Ryan. There's a show called Murder, My Dude. I heard it's really good. It's a true crime show. You should check it out on Apple Podcasts and whatever podcast platform you listen to.
All right, that happened.
Nice, free plug. All right.
All righty. We'll talk to you later, Ron.
See you later.
Later on, guys.
All right.
I always want to hear the Skype sound because every podcast does Skype and that.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull up the news here real quick. My phone's blowing up. First bit of news. Let's talk about the new action figures out.
AEW action figures.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a real account, right? That's 100% real.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, you guys don't have a Tornado Tag podcast action figure?
No, hopefully one day we'll have
That's
them.
going to be great.
Yeah, they're going to look beautiful.
The AEW ones I think are going to be pricey because there's like New Japan ones they put out recently. Well, they're coming out and they're like $45.
You can have. I don't mind if I have one with hoagie eating action.
There you go. Yeah,
I was going to use that line. Damn it! It's an old Rob Bartlett line from the very beginning of Raw. It's like, "Where's the Rob action figure?"
I liked
with
him.
hoagie. I loved Rob Bartlett.
He only made it about a year, if that.
3 months.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Is that what it was?
It was Raw started in January. He was done after WrestleMania 9.
What the hell was that? Sorry. Oh my God! Someone's yelling.
So did anybody while Tony's trying to fix everything over here? Did anybody, not you, Jack, because I told you this earlier, did anybody see, well, this just be Andy and Tyler, I guess, the former WrestleMania celebrity that passed away today?
Hold on, you going to narrow it down anymore?
Yeah.
Just you, Tyler. Did anybody see the WrestleMania celebrity guest that passed away today?
No.
I did not.
I did not hear of anyone dying today, so I can't.
It was Cy Sperling.
Oh, Cy Sperling from the Hair Club for Men.
Not only was he the president, he was also a client.
Yes, he was.
I have no idea who that is.
It was a commercial back in the day for basically Rogaine.
Okay.
And toupees and stuff like that. And he was a celebrity guest for WrestleMania 10, and they had a whole thing where he was helping out Howard Finkel. So at one point, Harold.
That's his
Howard.
The Fink.
Harold. Wow, I can't.
It's
Howard.
Yeah.
Howard
You
Finkel.
caught the Tonys.
Howard.
Got the Tony.
Howard.
He always clled him Harold the Duck growing up. So.
No, because I'm thinking of Jericho. Because Jericho, remember when they were when he was Jericho's lackey for a minute, he would always call him Harold Finkel.
Yeah.
But it's Howard, the Fink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Howard Finkel. Now I can't say Finkel.
Cy, what was his last name?
Sperling.
Cy Sperling. Not as good as Gary Spivey.
Once the ball starts
Oh, shit.
with the white, like, Spaceballs looking hair.
Dude, dead serious?
He's the best.
My ex's grandmother looked like Gary Spivey.
That's awesome.
I thought that was just a gimmick.
So did I.
When he was there with Paul Orndorff, I didn't know that was like a real guy who really had that hair.
I think he's
who did
still
he go with,
alive.
Carson? He is?
Yeah, I think he's still alive because I Googled him and some of his hair is like, woo, it's like real far out. I'm like, this is outrageous.
It worked.
I think he's still alive though. But anyway, if you can Google that. Vox actually knows that because I talked to him about it one time. I was like, well, I was not watching. Mr. Wonderful thought he wasn't wonderful anymore.
And there's a theme for you to look up the Mr. Wonderful WCW theme song.
That's great.
That was part of your.
It was, yeah.
That's what it says wonderful in it, right?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's like opera.
Jesus.
Yeah, so the action figures, we're still trying to figure out if they're removable parts. Like
I think
hands.
the New Japan ones are like Tanahashi has 2 different hairs.
Yeah.
Like some have 2 heads.
Yeah, because Tyler's issue was that the one hand has the
gun.
like the gun,
For Kenny.
and the other one's a fist. And I was like, no, I saw it earlier. It has both hands are guns. And then we went and looked it up, and there's a picture where it has
A closed
2
fist,
guns,
yep.
and there's another picture where one's like a closed fist. So
Maybe do the fingers move out?
that's what I.
That's possible.
That's what I said. That would have been cool if it did, but I think
it's removable hands.
I think it's
It would be
removable
harder
hands.
to make them move their fingers.
because a
than it would.
lot of them have that articulation would be it's very tiny and it would be I guess like a really
But they do
daunting-
have a lot, like in the chest, because they had the Young Bucks doing their
right.
pose.
Well, they all do that. They all
Yeah.
have that chest thing because I remember I don't know if it was
Brandy's looks weird because of that chest piece. It looks like her boobs are popping out of the bottom of her toy.
she has like a dual little butcher
Yeah.
Yeah.
breasticles. But yeah, I do like that they could do that. And that the legs move, the articulation looks really cool. In it,
Yeah,
but
and they're super detailed. The gear looks fantastic. The faces look really good.
Cody's gear looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better make the bosses look the best. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's who else would you make? Maybe they should have made Moxley, but you know.
Brandy's looks good, and
I'm sure he'll be
said
serious,
they
too.
usually have a hard time getting females' faces.
Yeah,
done.
whoever did the faces did a really good job.
Yeah.
Now, the one they really should try to get is the Orange Cassidy. That would
be
sell out.
that's gonna sell.
Series
That
2
and
would be
Darby Allin
Yeah, that was
with a
2
skateboard
Moxley,
would be-
Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
that'd be cool. You have where the hands are in the pocket.
Yeah, I think
you
you take
can
them out.
switch the
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Switch from the waist down, like where
Now, our action figure is going to have detachable hoagie.
no,
Oh, okay. It's permanently attached.
permanently there. Mine's going to come with an extra bag of snacks.
It's going to be sponsored by Farlow's.
And
It's
big
going to be
drink.
amazing.
Yeah, Farlow
oh
sub.
shit.
Series
What's
2,
up, Jeff?
my guess for Series 2 would be Moxley,
Sammy Guevara.
Darby, Orange Cassidy, and probably Dustin.
Yeah, I think Luchasaurus. It's
Luchasaurus
a
would be a
6,
cool one.
and then
Who said it earlier about the 2-pack? You right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that would be
maybe
cool.
MJF because they need some
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
probably a
how's
big
that
one,
not
yeah.
out
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Because there's no bad guy. Old Jericho. But,
Yeah.
Are these going to be something anyone here is going to start collecting?
I think they're going to be $40. So
If they're $40 now, if they're a little cheaper, then probably.
They should do an MJF Cody 2-pack, and if you hit the Cody action figure with the belt, it just breaks into pieces.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even afford the hoagies we were just talking about. So no.
I will probably pick up the Elite. I want the Elite. I'll get the Elite guys just to have
oh yeah,
them.
Hangman.
Hangman.
He'll be
Yeah,
in
he'll
series
probably be
2,
series
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Here come with a little beer.
Yeah, or a pitcher.
yeah, picture.
Hopefully that's gone. That angle by the time
I don't mind
Series
it.
2 comes out.
Yeah.
It should only run something like that. Can't run that long.
No, I can't go real long.
No,
No.
Yeah.
it can't. It's
It's just probably going to go until they break up and then they feud.
Until he turns on him.
I like him. I don't love him, but I like Hangman a lot.
It's the first thing that's gotten him over. Like, he's
Yeah,
never
yeah.
been over till now.
Dude, a Pentagon one looks so dope for how
Oh,
detailed they
yeah,
are.
for
Pentagon Ray
sure.
Phoenix.
Just line cowboy shit got over it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are going
Big.
crazy for that. And I'll get Jericho, of course.
What about the Raven sitting in the
Yeah, the crowd.
crowd?
Dude,
in the
at first I
chair?
thought I was crazy. I'm like,
Action
you
figure.
guys seen Raven, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, that can't be Raven. Then everyone's like, no, that's Raven. I'm like, all right, fuck, it's Raven.
It's like legit Raven was there.
Yeah.
He was in the crowd.
Just
yeah.
sitting there and looking, and did you see what the caption said? It said that the Exalted one's always watching.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were
it's like
kinda
misdirection.
teasing. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're teasing, and then they have one where Matt Hardy's looking at the screen because it says,
Free the Elite.
Yeah,
the
and it's
lead.
like,
yeah, right.
But we all know who the Exalted one's going to be. Red Herring.
Yeah.
oh god, from Scooby Doo.
pub name Scooby Doo. Yeah.
But seriously, who would you guys? I know everybody wants
neither-
to be Matt Hardy, but if it's
We'll
not
get
Matt
to
Hardy,
that. We'll get that in the Western
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Howard Finkel.
I was gonna say,
Harold Finkel.
Sorry.
if it's not Matt Hardy, it's a downer.
You think it's a bust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to go too much into NXT TakeOver, but for Pro Wrestling Scorecards, if you guys were playing, we're interested to see how you did. When it came to the digital side of things, the TTP crew did very well. Tyler actually won the whole thing. He finished first out of everyone. Actually, he tied for first.
There always seems to be a tie for first. I've tied for first twice.
88,
with
88.
Deborah or whatever.
Dad on arrival.
Oh, Dad on arrival.
Yeah, and then I finished third. Brian finished 9th.
A poor performance from me.
And then I think Andy was like 2 spots under. You were like just outside the top 10.
Yeah, but it
How
was
do
like
these
28th or something.
You pick the winners, and then you pick like
You get
the
points
last different questions
for winner, and then points if the match, like they'll say match time. And you got to predict the whole
So
card.
it's not wrestling trivia.
No,
Prediction on the card.
You predict the
so anyone
pay-per-view.
could do it, and then you could say like how many weapons will be used. in
The
this
thing that
match.
always screws me, it's like how many aerial moves will be in a match. It's like fucking wow, man. I don't know. You know?
If it was wrestling trivia, I'd be Goldberg and these motherfuckers. And you know it.
Maybe not Andy.
Yeah,
Go
Well,
check out the Insecurity Pro podcast discussions page. There's a guy, his name is Rob Williams. He has a website called The Pop Break. He did a really good interview with Dana Brooke and also Kristen Statlander, who we'll talk more about.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of
See,
Chris.
I'm not into her. I'm the only one that's not into
I
her.
like her.
I
I
like
think
it.
it makes it a little goofy, but
I like the goofiness of it.
I don't mind it. You know.
And then what's the name of the person she was wrestling?
It's Shauna.
Shauna, yeah,
Shauna.
She was
She
doing
came
the
out. She came out in Goku gear. Yeah,
Yeah,
Great.
she was on a dark and she wore that before. I'm
Oh,
like,
cool.
who's this girl? Pretty sure she's French or something.
I like JR's commentary during. I think it was during. It may have been during that match.
What do you-
He started getting hype about something. I forget what it
I
was.
think she's like Portuguese, but she lives
She's
in
Portuguese,
France.
yeah. Because she's her like nickname's like the Portuguese something like greatest. I don't
right,
know,
but
some
she lives
bullshit.
in France or
That's,
something.
yeah, that's weird.
We take pictures of T-shirts every show, and it finally paid off. Somebody noticed. 500 level, which they do really, really cool WWE shirts, as well as every sport is out there. Tyler got his brand new Bret the Hitman Hart shirt we got from Tim at PPW, and Level 500 checked it out, and they actually shared it on the page. So huge shout out to those guys. That was cool. PPW will talk more when it comes down the road, but
So you're
they did
wearing one right
announce, Matt Seidel will be the star of it.
Former Evan Bourne.
Yep, Evan Bourne, which is going to be awesome.
And if you watch the Cruiserweight Classic or your regular NXT viewer, I think I saw on one of the flyers, Sean Maluda is going to be
Really?
on there, yeah.
Pro Wrestling crates have shipped. We should have them. We'll probably have the boxing maybe before the show airs next week.
Which is good because I'm running out of wrestling shirts. I'm repeating them.
Yeah, but they already announced next month's box, which is Lucha themed, and it's going to have El Generico.
All no Mascaras and no Yob shirts.
Yeah, Luchasaurus, Lucha Bros, Piero Aguero Jr.
Aguero.
Yeah,
Thank
Piero
you.
Aguero.
He's
Jr.
dead now, huh?
Yeah.
Dr.
That's what
Wrangler.
Ray killed.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one Ray killed?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dr. Wagner Jr.?
Dr. Wagner Jr.,
Mystico?
Tara Valkyrie? Was
Taya Valkyrie.
Why is she,
You met her.
yeah, well, why is she? Is she like a
She's trained in
Lucha.
Libre,
She
yeah.
was a...
Does she wear a mask or a hood?
Oh, God, I hope not.
Did she in Lucha Underground?
I wouldn't cover that face.
Yeah.
She
She
was
was
in
Lucha
Lucha Underground.
yeah.
She was in AAA for a while, too. She was a women's
Did she wear a
champion.
mask in Lucha Underground?
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
think so.
I
Are
don't
you
think
sure?
so.
I don't think she did.
No mask.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
And Los Guerreros, which is Eddie and Chavo.
That could be all the Guerreros.
Now, when it comes to T-shirts out of that lineup,
You're getting a Lucha Brothers T-shirt.
we already got Lucha Bros last time they were featured.
I just want Eddie Guerrero and Art Bar.
Yeah, I mean,
That fucking
I would.
I don't think you're getting. Maybe you'll get a.
I think
Dr.
it's El Generico.
I think
okay.
you'll get an Air Generico shirt, and maybe I wouldn't mind a Taya shirt.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
I think that's the picture.
Or
Yeah,
even
that's probably
I think you'll get
I'm not a fan.
Generico and maybe a Luchasaurus shirt. But they
I
did
can see- I
Luchasaurus.
can
already
see-
had a Luchasaurus.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they could repeat.
If it's a Lucha crate, you got to put a mask in there, right?
Yeah, you have to get.
Ooh.
Hopefully it's
my
an Art
God.
Bar
Put a
love
mask in
machine
there,
mask.
If you put a fucking
Very
Pentagon
commercial.
mask in that crate, I will cry.
I'd be happy if you gave me an El Generico mask.
An El Generico mask would be great, yeah.
What if they
really
put
cool.
the question mark mask in there?
You can buy that now. on NBA.
He's not a luchador. He's
Yeah,
a
from Monrovia.
he's a
Karate
master
guy.
Yeah.
Karate.
Sound like the old like Ninja Turtles where they're like trying to talk. That guy. Real quick, going back to our merch, I completely forgot about this. If you use the code merch M3RCH, you actually get 10% off already the super low prices. So definitely go do that, and it doesn't affect us at all.
We'll
We still
have
get
a
the same
Lucha
money.
mask
By
coming.
the way, I thought you were trying to high five him. I forgot that he does that.
Yeah.
was like, damn, Tyler's just leaving you hanging.
I knew what he was doing. I would high five him.
No NWA this week.
Yeah, it was
that Circle Squared. Did anybody watch that?
I didn't even watch it.
It was one match. It was the kid that jumped off the mall balcony.
Okay.
Who he looks super awkward when he wrestles.
I bet.
Yeah, and he
What
he looks like what's the Karate Kid guy's name? Ralph Macchio. He kind of looks like him, but goofy.
Really?
And like when he's wrestling, it wasn't bad, but he looks like he's always lost. And his dad was Luke Hawx. He was in Wrestling Society X. Yeah,
Okay.
he's pretty good. His promos suck because they both cut a promo. I was like, ooh. But
Is that Altar Boy Luke?
yeah, I think so.
Holy shit, from ECW. Well,
XPW.
Yeah,
XPW.
yeah.
But they wrestled in the ECW
Yeah,
arena.
yeah.
Altar Boy Luke. Altar Boy Luke.
And then speaking of, he was one of the guys that jumped. M-Dog or Matt Cross is
M-Dog
is
20?
now. Yeah,
No, I think he's in NWA. Like
he's a regular now.
But they have this thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They have people from YouTube, like that one guy from Wrestling with Regret, and they also have like the Blue Meanie and like.
This is all leading.
Wrestling with Regret. The
Brian
It's
Zane.
Still Real to Me?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, well,
not him. Another guy, Brian Zane.
Brian
He
Zane,
got like
yeah.
black hair, glasses. But they have people like say, "Oh, that was a nice move," or they think, but they only say positive things. And if this is supposed to be like tough enough, then you got to say negative things too.
Negative things too, yeah.
It's everything was positive. I'm thinking.
Why
And,
is that?
and then they have
It's
this
so weird.
team comes out. I forget their names. They look pretty good. They're bald guys. They kind of look like I imagine an in shape white headhunters.
All right.
Yeah, and so but
The Headhunters.
Yeah, but before
Do they have a fucking Hunter Q. Robbins III with them?
no, they have Nikolai or not Nikolai Volkov.
Nikita Koloff.
Nikita Koloff comes out.
I thought you were going to say his friend
Yeah,
Nikolai.
yeah.
That would be great.
But they added a
Holy shit,
story.
Nikolai's in NWA.
What the fuck?
It says
Nikolai?
like vote for who you like, and that's who's gonna advance and then eventually get the contract. But like, why'd you put?
Wait a minute. What's the team name? What's the team's name?
I forget what their name. They had real weird names. I forget the name. They were pretty good.
This is going to be a bridge to
I have to look it up.
Superhuman, isn't it?
Oh God! But like they put what's his
Fuck
name?
this
Yeah,
Juggalos
This is
and
for the
Juggalettes.
Juggalos and Juggalettes.
they put Nikita Koloff with them. So I'm like, okay, well, you're giving them a storyline. This is supposed to be a competition, and then they lost the match. We're like, well, obviously they're going to advance if they're putting Nikita Koloff with them.
My 10-year-old daughter walks around saying that shit too.
Oh
This is
God!
for the
Like,
Juggalos and
she-
Juggalettes.
Yeah, she fucking loves Superhuman.
Jesus Christ. As long as she doesn't love the fucking ICP, that's okay.
She has good. She has
I
good
know.
taste. That kid's
I know.
funny. When he hit that fucking microwave and it didn't dent.
What's worse, their music or the wrestling?
Both.
The wrestling.
The wrestling's
I
probably worse.
actually liked. I used to. Me and Brian used to fucking.
I was a fan.
Really?
If you're 15, it's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
when you don't understand music.
I
And,
w-
and,
I was-
I'm going to be
and,
40 and it's still fucking
and
funny.
dick and fart jokes are awesome.
I was never a fan of the
You
music.
like-
Yeah,
like,
I'm not a fan
uh,
either.
That Joey Ryan, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, not my music.
If Joey Ryan was singing a song, I'd shut the fuck off. Like, nope.
I would give it a listen.
Yeah, let's give him a shot.
Hey, the coolest thing ICP ever
Alex,
did.
if you're listening,
Yeah.
let's have Joey Ryan sing a few bars at High Tension Wrestling.
The coolest thing they ever did is there was an indie show one time in Palo Alto, and they came through town. They stopped for some food or something. They seen the flyer and they came to the show and
Who
said ICP, and they said, "Can we be on this show?" And they let him in. It was years ago. It was like
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like
They
1999.
are legitimately wrestling fans. Like,
Yeah.
I give them
Oh,
credit for that. They
absolutely.
It
love
was
wrestling.
called FWA Future Wrestling Alliance, and they just showed up, and then of course they're like, "Yeah, you can be on the show."
I'll never forget them being on Howard Stern though and talking about how they would kick anybody's ass or fight anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And this black dude in New York called them and was like, "Dude, I'll come to the place right now and I'll fuck you both up." And they're like, "Come on down, pussy." And then he showed up and Howard Stern let him in the building and they were both terrified, yo. Like he was like, "Come on out." He's like, "Come on in the hall." And the guys were like, "Man, we're not going to go to jail. We have a concert tomorrow." It's like, dude, you just said you fucking fight him. You fucking pussy. Like, what the fuck?
All right, we'll switch gears here. SmackDown did not start very well at all.
I heard SmackDown was the shits.
It was.
I didn't watch it.
I don't want
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I
either.
haven't enjoyed SmackDown in so long.
Yeah, I heard it's like Raw's the better show. I always listen to podcasts that review it post wrestling.
SmackDown set up a lot of story. It was very story driven. It was very how me and Brian were kind of talking about on the way to the show. It was very Bruce Pritchard driven.
It is. You're starting to get a just from what I've read about and like the parts I've seen. You're getting a Pritchard feel now.
Yeah. It started off with the moment of bliss with Bayley and Carmella. Awful, and it led into a terrible match.
Who was the
Carmella's
Carmella
not
versus
good.
Bayley.
Alexa? Oh, Bayley.
Then we
Carmella
had
isn't good.
Sheamus.
She's a good manager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sheamus versus Shorty G and Apollo Crews. Not good. It
Yeah, and he
was
beats
squash.
both of them up. Both
Yeah.
of them guys that are way more talented, but because they're not 6'5", they don't get a push. Bro, Paul Cruz is jacked. I don't understand that. Like, is it because he's black? Is that like
you know what it is?
Why he got rushed to NXT, I'll never know.
Yeah.
I think the dude's just he really doesn't have
a charisma.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have charisma.
I mean, he's a good wrestler. Give him a manager.
Like Gable has everything except height. If Gable was 6 inches taller, he'd be a world champion.
Yeah.
I just feel like even if he was, I don't think like he just to me Vince would never get him. Like, he just looks at him, he's like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
that's
maybe
true.
it's because he's so short, but I just think it's his face too. Like Vince just looks at him, he's like, he looks
But
like a
that's
fucking
like
Boy Scout.
Don't resign him then. If you look
Remember,
at him,
Vince didn't like Christian's face.
Yeah, exactly right.
Remember that whole he went to put the dot over his face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Vince is strange. I don't question. I'm not. I think at this point in the game, I'm not really like shocked by anything Vince does. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
It's
it.
a Vinceism.
Shorty G, I get it. Vince is fucking. I mean,
He looks at Chad Gable and he thinks of that one episode of Married Children where what was his name? Master B.
Yes.
Mr. B.
But to see, this is the thing. It's funny. You always have to think about it this way. It's like if you're like a little kid and you go to another kid's house, it's like you can't really tell him how to play with his toys. You know what I mean? It'd be weird to be like, well, you should play with them this way. So like you got to think like this is still his sandbox and his toys.
Yeah.
So like as much as I want to be like, you should do this differently, it's like fucking do it, you want.
that's why I don't. I don't get.
Yeah.
I don't get why wrestlers even at this point want to fucking go there.
Yeah, because it's
Like,
like
you know what they're going to do. Don't be
Yeah.
fucking shocked when they're like, my career. It's like you
that's
fucking.
why I said last week. Don't be surprised when Shayna comes out of a coffin.
No.
Don't be surprised because it's gonna happen.
She comes out. She's Elimination Chamber. She comes out as a
Wait,
fucking
yeah.
vampire.
Wait, who?
Shayna Baszler.
Did you say last week because you bit?
I thought you said Shanna. I
Oh
was
no,
like,
no, no,
wrong
Shayna.
company.
No.
Yeah. Then Hulk Hogan has a warning for the Fiend. They're kind of building on that more.
It was cool when the Fiend came up. It was like the NWO
I
style.
like
It
that.
was like
I
Fireplace
did see that.
Funhouse.
I
That
saw a
was
clip
cool.
of-
That was funny. The Fiend saved the skit, but it's anything the Fiend does for me is entertaining.
Plus, it's like Hogan's not gonna wrestle, even though he keeps saying I'm cleared for a match, brother.
I think they're going to do something at Mania with them, some type of little angle or a skit or a vignette, something.
I hope.
There'll probably be something like that.
Yeah.
It's in Tampa. He's
he's got to come out.
I'm a Hogan mark. I have been since I was a little
Yeah, I
kid.
like Hogan.
I had the weight set.
Oh, wow.
And the fucking
Yeah.
remember that shit? Like the headband and all.
Yeah.
I had all that. I'm a fucking Hulkman. Look, I'm about to rip.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really have one underneath, but if I did, I'd rip the shirt off and expose it because I'm a Hulkamaniac and I want to see him wrestle again.
I was
man.
never a Hulkamaniac.
I always liked Hogan. I don't.
I was a
I don't know if he
Savage
can
guy.
I
wrestle,
was a
though.
Savage guy as well, but I did like.
I always
Hogan.
liked Hogan, but there was always somebody I liked more.
Okay.
Like it was
Yeah.
Savage
Yeah.
or the Warrior.
Exactly
or
how it
somebody
was.
I was never a Warrior guy
I was a Hogan guy until Warrior, and then I became a Warrior.
I was a Warrior guy because I was like young as shit back then. So
what if
I was a
Warrior
big
was?
Warrior
I was
fan.
thinking about this. I don't know why. What if Warrior's still alive and he was the exalted one?
That would be great.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Dude.
He doesn't have to wrestle.
I
just
would get behind
just
that.
do Warrior promos.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Now,
I would mark the fuck.
I
out.
think. By the way, I think if Warrior would have lived, he would have wrestled again.
Yeah, I think so too. They would have got a couple matches. out of
But
it.
Savage was right. Hogan did have lust in his eyes.
Now, then we had Braun Strowman saves Elias from a Sami Zayn and Cesaro protest concert. That was a funny skit. I thought it was,
God.
but
I
it fell flat. But I thought it was.
That's
funny.
that's all them characters I don't care about.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
They just don't know what to do with them.
yeah.
How about the fact that they're saying Elias is going to wrestle Cena?
I know.
Jesus
Wah,
Christ!
wah.
Like that makes no sense. I guess in
It's
Vince's
weird
mind it
because-
makes sense
because
because
they're trying to put Elias over as a babyface now.
Well,
That's what I don't understand it.
Here's what I think it is too. From what they're saying is Cena's going to be getting complete creative control. This is what I've read. So
I heard a lot.
You
of
would think they would give it to whatever
a
you
lot.
want.
Right.
They said a
exactly.
lot of the superstars are starting to get more creative control now.
Maybe he just wants to work with Elias.
Maybe, yeah.
well, he
Walk.
worked with them last Mania.
Huh?
They did
It's
this
Walk.
little sketch.
True, it is.
He wants to walk with Elias.
I said work with Elias.
Now we have we had the Dolph Ziggler Otis Mandy thing. I thought it was funny. The crowd was into it big time when Otis dropped the flowers. The crowd kind of gave it a little pop. Now throughout the whole night too, we kept seeing this weird TV static. And it looked like it was like a malfunction.
Solomon Crow.
Abe Vanson's back.
Now, I had two theories. One
are
of
two
them,
deep cuts
one of
right
them
there.
is real. One of them is super far fetched. It's not going to happen, but I'm just putting it out there. And the other one, it seems more practical. I think they're going to do like these TV statics and lead to like NWO because they're going to be in the Hall of Fame. So I think it's like an NWO skit.
It could be.
I don't see that just because this is probably for a wrestler if they're doing that. Where when you're in the Hall of Fame,
They
or
didn't
whatever,
do it
they just-
on Raw, so it's a SmackDown only thing.
Yeah, so
Somebody
it'll be a
gonna be on
wrestler
SmackDown
then.
then.
It doesn't seem like the Fiend to me, which I think is your easier bit.
No.
Maybe the Fiend's doing it to make a joke of like the end because he's trying to pick on Hogan, the NWO.
That could be it.
It could be.
I didn't see any of these
The
things.
only
so-
other thing that and this is the far fetched one. maybe he's saying goodbye to Raw because his character will be better on SmackDown, and we get broken Matt and Hardy on SmackDown.
I want him to leave.
Because I don't think so.
What has he done in the past 2 years?
I don't think he's leaving.
Really?
I
think he
because Jeff is going to be tied up in a contract for a while.
Yeah, with his
knee and his drunk in Publix.
And I think that it's one of those things where I think that they give, for some reason, they always give them chances.
Yeah.
But Matt would have to resign, and Matt wants more creative, and I don't think
they give it to him.
Yeah, it's not about giving him a chance. They would love to have Matt stay. Matt might not want to stay.
Matt wants to do the broken.
Yeah,
he wants to do the broken his way.
Why would he want to be 1999 Matt Hardy?
Yeah, he wants to do broken, and he wants to do broken.
That's what Vince
way.
sees.
But if they're going to keep Jeff, he might want to stay with Jeff though.
But honestly, don't we kind of also
Jeff's
feel
probably out of there too?
Like the broken thing is kind of that ship has kind of sailed. Man. That was over in 2017. Like he's going to do it now in 2020. Like I don't care about it anymore.
I liked it, but somebody never really gave it a fair chance.
Yeah, I think it still would work, and I think the crowd still wants it, and I think a revitalization of it would be perfect.
I mean, they'd still chant to leave.
He should come back with like Matt Hardy V2 or V3 at this point. Wear the tights again.
Yeah,
I like those tights.
They were nice.
I like those.
Should go back to the old Hardy with the faith tights.
Oh,
was that Jeff that had the faith tights?
Now this is something I kind of pitched to Brian, and Brian shot it down in a very nice way. But I said,
I won't be so nice about it. Let's hear it.
What if? I mean, it's not far fetched, but I don't think my first way I pitched it. I think maybe they're trying to help Matt a little bit, but I don't think they would drive up his price. I think they're legit trying to bargain for him, and I think Matt's probably trying to play both cards, both sides of the fence to get money. This whole AEW thing, they're hinting at him being the exalted one. Matt himself is doing free to delete videos like crazy, and he's like, "Hey, you give me full control, I'll stay." And he's openly putting AEW in his
leverage.
Yeah, I think he's using his leverage. Yeah. Like either way, I think no matter what way we're going to get Matt Hardy, his next iteration, whether he stays in WWE or he goes AEW, he's going to do a broken gimmick again.
I agree with that. I think it'll be broken Matt Hardy where he shows up next. But I think
WWE won't. It'll be 2 months and then he'll be back to being on main event.
If they do give him some kind of control and he's broken Matt Hardy on Raw, it will last for 2 months, and then he'll be getting buried and he'll lose every match.
And he has to know that. Like, hey,
and then he'll be
I'm
online
tons of money.
complaining that I just resigned, now I'm buried again. It's fuck, man.
Let's talk about Shelton. Why would you resign Shelton? He wrestled 6 matches last year, 6, counting the Royal Rumble. So
I said to Brian, I think he's going to be he's going to become a producer pretty soon.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But he was complaining on Lillian Garcia's, but that he wasn't being used. Then why'd you fucking resign?
Right.
But that might be something you say. Like, what's going to say? I love getting paid to do nothing.
Yeah, and why did WWE? What are they getting out of that? Resigning a guy that you've not used. He's probably getting $100,000 probably.
But what are they afraid of? Oh, Shelton's going to go out and be a big star
he's
somewhere.
He's not going to go.
He's not going to be
Jericho.
Big star,
yeah.
So like
he's got the fucking talent.
Vince is going to be watching on Wednesday. Shelton shows up and he'd be like, "Damn it, God, like damn it!" He's not going to care.
I love him.
He's like, "Who's that black guy? He looks talented." It's like, "That's Shelton. We just let him leave." He's like, "I don't know who that is."
I did love though the thing with him and Brock
at the Rumble.
Yeah, that
was cool.
Fucking loved it.
Then the show ended with Roman and Daniel Bryan versus John Morrison. The Miz was not very entertaining.
It just didn't. Really? The whole show did nothing for me. The whole show.
And so anytime Dolph Ziggler, that's immediate checkout.
I feel that John Morrison coming back was one of those you stuck him with the Miz.
Yeah,
it's just
it's like he never left.
Dude, they had his big debut be on an internet show. Yeah. He came back on an internet show. They didn't even save it.
If he would have been in the Royal Rumble like number 20 after the Brock stuff, he'd be like, "Whoa, John Morrison's back. That's cool."
I thought that when Brock went to eliminate him, he was going to do one of those like
cool hang on the thing. Yeah, I thought so too.
On the guardrail, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then
dude had spot look like he could have fucked his knees up.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
But then he's out, and it's like, oh.
The nasty one I thought this week was Tegan Knox's table thing. I thought, that had to hurt.
Yeah. That was at the pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Yeah, the takeover.
Yeah, where she was supposed to go through the table and it just didn't. It slid.
And
on
she
her.
was up she went up high too. Yeah,
that's a big chick, though. She's big.
Yeah, she is big.
Yeah.
Who?
That Raquel
Gonzalez.
Something,
Oh, I thought you meant Tegan Knox.
I think she's like Rudy Boy Gonzalez's niece or something.
Really?
Something like that.
Yeah. So then Raw, let's just try to get through this quick here because we're running a little long. Raw. Starts off with a Matt Hardy, Randy Orton, and Randy Orton just kills.
Yeah, it was a great segment.
That's supposed to be his send off. So they don't have them working another because he already just got killed last.
Yeah,
week.
right.
I was like, how could they possibly have him come back next week? He comes out in a
which I
wheelchair.
thought that was apparently Vince's call to do that.
Yeah.
And it was smart. I was like, oh, okay, I get that. Yeah,
especially if you don't know if he's a resigner or not. Then I'm all for it. I thought it was a good segment.
The crowd was way too into Randy hurting him, though.
Yeah,
that was because like,
they want.
They'll cheer Edge over Randy Orton.
I could give you 45 reasons why. Why?
Actually, a match I didn't know I wanted until it happened. I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either.
Aleister Black versus Eric Rowan.
Yeah, beat him in 1 minute.
Solid.
I didn't even see that.
It was good. It was a quick match, but I thought it did its job. I think that's a good win for Aleister Black because he's not
beating some jobber.
Yeah, he's beating the name Eric Rowan.
Did he fucking spin kick that cage?
I wish.
Oh God,
I wish that should have been a
done
thing.
like he spin kicks it. Fuck, it's enough with this shit.
Yeah, because it's so dumb.
Charlotte Flair explains why she chose Rhea Ripley in a segment.
She did it for The Rock.
Yeah,
and I heard there may be a spider.
That's the rumor.
Oh,
In the fucking
and what a big fucking payoff! A spider, like that whole thing.
That's the thing.
Stupid.
There
is no good payoff.
There's
No, that's this
possible
fucking
good payoff.
Moolah dressed as the fucking
spider lady.
the spider lady that I don't give a shit.
it's an alien from Aliens in there. It's like,
There's no good payoff for it.
I
That's
don't
why
understand.
I didn't get it.
I think it's gonna end up being a triple threat match.
With Bianca,
cage?
so do I.
With what?
No, I think Bianca's gonna
Oh, you're okay.
And I think Bianca's gonna be the one to take the fall because they're not gonna want Rhea to pin Charlotte clean, and they're not gonna want Charlotte to pin Rhea clean. So
She's going to put a spider on her.
I agree with you.
I love Rhea. I love Rhea.
I love Bianca Belair too. So I think it sucks for her that she's going in there as the fall guy.
It's a big spot for her, though. I mean, that's huge to be on Mania, being a big.
Yeah.
time like that.
I don't
Or do you
think
think
it's
it'll be?
gonna be a
You think it'll be a
three-way.
takeover before? Is that the main event of takeover?
no,
Charlotte
that'll
versus
be
Rhea?
that'll be Mania. That'll be
Mania.
Romania because that's the cash in.
Romania.
Yeah, but you don't have to. It could be takeover.
I mean,
Shayna Baszler.
that one time when Cena won the Rumble, he did use his, which was the first time I didn't even know you could fucking do this. He used his cash in at No Way Out the month before.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, he just makes
Didn't know that's what you could do. I thought the whole point was
want the belt
WrestleMania.
so bad that I'm doing
and
one
it made
to-
no sense. It was just the way to get Triple H in there because there was no way to fucking fit Triple H in the main event
Yeah.
because they couldn't think of fucking something else. Like,
24/7 champion segment, not that good again.
Just get rid of that. Just
They need to get
just
rid of
delete
it.
that.
Drew McIntyre versus MVP. It was kind of a squash. That was a quick one.
As it should be.
That's just another send off for him.
Is
too.
that his fifth retirement?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
it's his
Terry
third
Funk
retirement.
of
Yeah.
fucking.
He'd make a good manager, though.
Yeah.
We talked about. I think if you turn Street Profits fucking heel.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
dope. That'd be
and put him
awesome.
with Bobby Lashley.
yeah.
Or that.
I like that,
He'd be like
yeah.
Bobby Heenan and have a stable.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least it's not Leo Rush with Bobby
Oh,
Lashley.
I loved it. I didn't mind him. He was annoying, but it worked.
Lashley.
Becky Lynch promises to hurt Shayna Baszler, and then Shayna does a promo and curses, and some guys
Says
like
shit.
And
I
then
saw
she
that.
said shit, and then some guy was like, "Hey Shayna, it's supposed to be PG."
Yeah.
and,
then-
she goes, "Fuck you." Pretty much said, "Fuck your kids."
Yeah. She's
Don't
like,
give a shit about you.
be a better dad.
Yeah.
or some shit.
Tell your kid that I am a terrible human being and not to like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some people like, no one can be bad.
I have a lot of respect for Shayna.
But that's WWE in 2020. It's like you want to be edgy, just say shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Bobby
Well,
Lashley
not
and Angel.
for anything, but they're still PG and they have to do that.
Yeah.
They have to do that.
Bobby Lashley and Angel Garza versus Rusev and Humberto Carrero.
Carrillo.
They're doing
Carrillo.
they're doing this weird Tommy Dreamer Raven gimmick where Rusev just can't beat Lashley no matter what. Like he hasn't beat him yet. He's
Yeah.
lost every time.
I love Angel Garza.
It wasn't a bad
he's
match
good.
though.
I love Angel
I
Garza.
didn't see it.
I
but,
didn't
I mean,
mind the
enough
match.
with Bobby Lashley.
Angel that they didn't
Rusev.
showcase enough what he could do. It was too quick. I thought.
Really?
They did let him get the pin though, which is nice.
Right? Yeah, they did.
And
he's a future star.
Oh, yeah.
I thought when he lost to Leo on NXT, I was like, that feels like a send off. I think he's going to be on Raw from here on in,
Yeah.
even when Andrade comes back.
Yep.
I hope so, but
I hope when Andrade comes back, they turn him babyface, at least for a little bit, and then
they feud.
yeah,
I could see that.
something.
As long as your long term direction with Andrade is as a heel, that's fine. But
Right. No, well, that's what I
Yeah.
said. I said even if it's for a little bit, and then you have him turn again. 'Cause Brian-
liked you.
Yeah, Brian's like, well, that's a little too quick because he says something about 2 years. I was like, that's too.
I don't
fucking
think you
long.
should. I think if you turn somebody, you should keep them aligned that way for a while.
I think we're a little too impatient for that these days.
Yeah,
I don't want Big Show.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't want him to Big Show turn
Every other week.
Yeah, but I don't know about that.
Maybe 6 months. I think 6
Sure.
months at the
There you
minimum.
go.
Yeah.
Natalia versus Kairi Sane.
How was that?
It was kind of a
Bad?
squash match.
It is what it is.
Natalia stepped out of the ring for a second. Asuka kicked her, and then it was a count out.
Oh.
Yeah, that
well,
happens
that's the
often.
build towards their elimination chamber.
How about when Asuka gave Natalie a black eye? Did you guys see when they wrestled a couple weeks ago?
No.
Natty turned to the ref and she's like, "The bitch stiffed me." Like Asuka hit her hard.
She doesn't,
Right.
she doesn't play around. And then probably the only part of Raw that I can give two fucks less about is all this Seth Rollins shit. It's fucking.
When he talks, I'm like, I zone right out.
It's stupid. Stupid.
Well, he's never been good on a mic.
No.
He
Great
gives
wrestler,
he
but-
gives a sermon, and then it leads to the.
They're treading on some dangerous ground because religious people get sensitive about this.
They
stuff,
do,
and
yeah.
calling him the Messiah, saying it's a sermon.
And he's going to crucify. Kevin Owens.
Yeah, they're going to get some complaints.
That's Paulie.
God,
Paulie
I'm starting to think of like Big Boss Man and the Undertaker.
I remember that.
I already made this point online.
We were there when he got hanged in the Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
This shit is just like a PG version of what CM Punk was doing. Like CM Punk's cult was so it was the best part of SmackDown. He was the best heel.
Strange Society.
Yeah. Ricochet versus Carl Anderson.
How dumb was it that
They look like they were like the same person. Like you took two creative wrestlers, and they're like, you know, when you in Street Fighter, when you pick two people pick the same person, and they get slightly darker skin color.
Who are the two?
Carl Anderson and Ricochet. And then to end the show, once again, some variation of Kevin Owens and the Viking Warriors with AOP and Murphy.
So when they finally do get the pay per view, who's going to carry?
That's exactly what was my point. Yeah, I posted in the chat for the 5 times they've already wrestled in the last 3 weeks.
And again, that's a Heyman thing because I'm thinking of 1995 ECW where it's some kind of Ravens guys against Dreamer and the Pitbulls.
You can't be seeing.
But then Raven would never wrestle them until.
You can't be seeing Heyman fingerprints on the product because. Eric Bischoff said so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have to listen to Eric Bischoff, right?
I listen to either.
No, he said that he was like that. He doesn't have any creative control.
Oh yeah.
Just like he wouldn't have. Just like Bruce Pritchard doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have the final say. Vince can overrule whatever he wants. It's his company.
That's why they're there.
So we're going to jump into this Wednesday Night Wars topic.
Okay.
I'll let Tyler take it over from here and explain what we're going to do.
All right, what we're going to do is for each week, we're going to, as long as we all watch both shows, because there's some weeks we don't watch both shows, but if we do, we're going to go over what we think was the best show, what we think was the best match on both shows, what we think was the best promo on both shows, and if there was a superstar that we would pick as a superstar of the week from both shows.
Oh, okay.
So if one superstar stood out on either show, you know what I mean? And then we're going to take it from there. So
I didn't see any of NXT except for Dijak and Keith Lee doing their thing, which I'm like, I don't want another match. Yes, they have great matches, but I don't want another one.
I just think it's too soon for another match. That's the only thing.
It's like Young Bucks Lucha Brothers. I don't want another one of them matches for at least a year.
I mean, listen, I'll watch it.
I didn't want to drink it out of the can.
If they have a Keith Lee another Dijak match at WrestleMania weekend, it'll be great and I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But after that, they should definitely let them go.
It was a good match.
Separate ways.
It was a good match
because they already had 3 on NXT before Takeover. I think.
Are they just kind of to talk because it's already up right now? Do you think they're doing a Keith Lee heel turn? Are they trying to make him heel?
I hope not.
No, I don't think. Not at least
because he's coming off as super cocky. He's super,
I think he's always been that way. Even on the Indies, he as a face, he was kind of cocky.
Even the whole Bask in My Glory is a cocky kind of a heel thing.
Well, he does that because I guess Dusty said.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's
it's still not like a babyface type thing.
We can start off what we all think the show of the week was. We all agreed in the chat that it was AEW probably this week.
Yeah, 100%. I think AEW clearly had the better show this week.
And Post Wrestling said the same thing. They said the NXT was just kind of there this week.
Yeah, it was good, but nothing jumped off the screen at me.
No.
I think AEW started hot and stayed hot.
Yeah, totally agreed. There was nothing that made me want
probably the weakest thing was the women's match.
And even that was good.
But that was good, though. Yeah, but it wasn't like anything
But I mean,
crazy.
if you had to pick.
Yeah, if you had to pick.
The promos didn't bore me in AEW this week. The only thing that I didn't really get into was this Cody getting beat the fuck up the entire... I'm just sick of fucking Cody just going...
I don't think you like Cody. That's what it is.
I do like Cody, but I can't...
I'm starting to agree with that. I just don't think you like Cody.
This whole
I don't like Dolph Ziggler, so he can have a great match. I'm like,
this whole thing where every week he's just he gets destroyed
but that's
and then finds a way
babyface 101. That's what
back
in the 80s is what every babyface, except for Hogan.
He's trying so hard to recreate fucking his dad's old storylines, and it's getting annoying.
Well, I didn't see that in this match. This was just him getting beat up. He's a baby face. He's going to get beat up. He
has to bleed, and
the blood was definitely too much because it was so clearly fake.
I
like tomato paste.
I went to get a drink, and I was like, he's all bloody.
Yeah, he has to bleed. He has to show damage. He has to be this.
See, I don't mind it.
Well, they also need to weaken him up for MVP though, because you can't have a fresh Cody going in because they're just to kick MVP's ass. I'm not MVP.
I just don't buy Cody as this giant victim. That's the only thing.
He's not a victim. I mean, he's fighting his way. Yeah. He had to go through Goro to get to Shang Tsung.
Exactly.
Right. You know?
Yep. That's a good analogy. Yep.
I'm not into it.
And Wardlow looked pretty good for his first match.
Now, if you replace Cody with fucking Jungle Boy, or you replace Cody with anyone else on that roster, I would buy into it more. I don't buy into it with Cody.
I would have gotten Wardlow some tune-up matches just so you can have
beat a few
with, with
guys,
smaller guys.
And it seemed like that cage match was very rushed.
I think they might have been running long. I think they might have been running a little long.
It came on at like 9:42.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have a super lot of time.
I liked it. I didn't think it was great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
When the cage came down, it looked exactly like the WCW cage.
I really liked the cage.
Yeah,
the
that was
cage
a
was
tall
great.
cage.
Yeah.
It looked cool, and the ending,
too tall.
the ending spot was fantastic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I didn't know there was a
life.
door to the cage. Like when I first seen the first picture, like you can't see the door.
Yeah,
so I was like,
on,
they're
it's
just
on
gonna,
like the side away from hard.
I was like, they're gonna have to climb up and down this cage.
They need to, if they're gonna have Cody do this role, I don't need his wife out there. I don't need fucking.
They're trying to send her out there now. The pink people forget the whole stupid angle she just has.
Yeah, I don't need Arn out there every week. If
that's the tease because Arn will eventually align with.
But see,
MJF.
here's exactly what I think. Yeah, exactly. I think the storyline is going to be that Arn will turn on Cody, and him and Tully will make MJF and Sean Spears be form a team, and they eventually start like their own four horsemen. Where there'll be a big stable with Arn and Tully.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it'll be this big.
That's what I see down the road. Arn being because Arn was never a good guy, except for like.
I think it's too early for it to turn on him now.
Yeah.
I think MJF beats him like by cheating or whatever. Eventually Arn starts to be like Cody's not listening to him, or he's like not taking his advice, and eventually, slowly but surely, when they have another match like 2 months from now, then he turns on.
Like MJF's got him up and Arn takes it, and then he hits Cody.
Yeah,
something similar like that.
Real quick, not wrestling news, but it's Arn Anderson news. You see the fans that went to his house?
I know, that's crazy.
And knocked at his door at like 6 a.m.
No,
had him sign belts.
And had him sign belts.
I wouldn't even answer.
He came out. He came out with no shirt on.
Wow.
And signed the belts for the people.
Holy shit!
Which was nice of him, but honestly, dude, get a fucking life.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Leave
why are
the
you
guy
knocking
alone.
on dude's door at 6
don't
o'clock
go to
in the
their
morning?
house.
God
Don't go
damn it, dude.
at any time.
And because Arn would have been the bad guy if he would have came outside and punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, dude, get the fuck off my property. Like, what he was doing? You know, then it'd be like, oh, Arn's an asshole. Like, no, that's how I would react. Don't wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning asking me to sign shit.
Jesus, that's insane.
Yeah, came out with no shirt on and fucking signed all these.
What if
Fucking,
he came out fucking spine buster?
Oh man,
that's what they. That's what people. That's what you should have. That's what they're saying. So do you want to start off with the break down the shows by thing, or do you want to go right into the?
Yeah, we could break down the show. Sure.
All right. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start off with AEW this week, because last week we started off with NXT.
All right, so we're already saying the AEW won best show, so we'll start with AEW and do the breakdown. Tag Team Battle Royal. Fucking loved it.
Loved it.
I thought it was good.
I like the whole thing they did where it takes both partners to get eliminated.
Yeah, because I thought it was you eliminate one, they both go.
Because that's straight up WWE. WWE.
And
I was like, oh, they're not doing
I
that.
loved how everyone was outside the ring just staring at each other, and they just slide in and start fighting.
Yeah, that was great.
I thought it was so much fun. Yeah, it was
the spot with Orange Cassidy catching Trent was pretty good.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and then getting kicked in the nuts. But the spot of the whole night that thing was fucking Sammy Guevara taking that sweet. That
oh yeah, it looks like he got legit knocked out. That's
he folded
it
up. If he didn't get touched in the hair of that, they did their job because it looked fucking fantastic.
The only thing that didn't sell so good is he was out like the next segment with like they're sitting in the crowd with Jericho, and I was like, oh man, I wish he would have been like just backstage hurt
or neck brace. That'd be awesome.
You guys, is this?
You're on.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I switched it off when so you guys are talking about the latest episode?
Yes. Yesterday.
You thought that was the spot of the night?
I thought
that match.
That match. That was fantastic.
Oh, okay. What do you think this? Or do you get to that later? What do you
we'll
think
get to that in a minute. Yeah.
Girl match.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, how does it end? You can end.
The match ends with it comes down to Matt Jackson, both members of Proud and Powerful, which I hate that name.
Yeah, me too.
And it came down to the Butcher, right?
Yeah, he was still in there.
Yeah, the Butcher. So it came down to them.
Because it was Matt and there was another good guy.
Oh, and Trent.
Yeah.
Trent was in it. Yep. So then, long story short, Matt ends up winning, so the Young Bucks are going to face...
the winner of Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, they're going to face the winner of Lucha Brothers and Omega and Page.
At the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, at the pay-per-view Revolution, which I think I see a lot of people online be like, "Oh, of course the Bucks won," but like, yeah, that's what they've been setting up for weeks.
Yeah,
it's what everybody wants.
Yeah. It's their time.
Yeah,
it's their time.
I mean, shit, how many people can the Bucks put over?
Yeah.
That's the only problem AEW finds themselves in. No matter what the Elite do, people are going to bitch.
Yeah.
If they lose, people are like, dude, they can't even get themselves over. If they win, of course they get themselves over.
Yeah, I see people say that with Kenny all the time.
Yeah, it's a.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
I'm okay with what he's doing right now. He'll do something eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for the Bucks to get the tag team champions. It really is. It's that time, and get Hangman on his own. And
Plus, Hangman and Kenny's not a real team,
No.
so
they're doing great.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch.
they have a great finisher.
Yeah, I definitely think the call is going to be the Bucks go over because the last 2 matches of Paige and Omega defend the belts both times. Paige accidentally clotheslined
Yeah, so
Omega,
now
so I
it'll
think
be Kenny,
this time,
yeah.
like, what will happen? It'll cost them the belts, and then Paige will flip out. And
I think
you know.
people forget this is still the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of things change. Like, look at anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
A comic book, a TV show, you know.
Yep.
From the first
And it
year
seems
or
like
so.
they're starting to find their groove a little bit. With
Yeah, they've had
the
like
storytelling.
2 really good back-to-back weeks, like really, really good.
Yeah. Then we get Shayna versus Chris Statlander. I enjoyed this match. I thought it was fun. I think Chris Statlander is a future star. I'm a fan of hers.
And she's only been wrestling, they said, for a couple of years.
3
right?
years.
Yeah, 3 years?
3
Oh.
years.
I like
yeah.
her.
I didn't really
I'm a
care
big
for the boop back and forth. I'm kind of like, well, that would have been more over that indie show.
They did the boop thing because then when she was going to boop Nyla, she booped the belt. She went.
Yeah,
I
but
want
she always,
that.
that's her thing, the boop thing.
Yeah,
But, like
but
when they
she
were
was gonna
doing
do it
like
with
the trading
Nyla,
chops.
Nyla was like, "I dare you," and she goes,
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with their boop
Yeah,
back and forth.
I know what you're saying, and
Yeah.
I thought that too. Like it was,
was
like,
like, ew.
yeah, this should, you know.
In an indie show, they would have ate that up, though.
Who's the ref during it?
Was it Bryce?
I was gonna say because if it was Bryce,
Yeah.
they always seem to do goofy shit.
Yeah,
with-
because they got
with
Jakara
him.
stuff.
Yeah, he was, by the way, incredibly nice to my oldest son.
Really?
At
I've met
Global
Bryce a few
Force.
times, and he's
Global
very nice.
Force.
Yeah.
We were at a Global Force show, and he was extremely nice to my son.
"Cool." John Moxley and Jeff Cobb. Good match.
Fucking
Good
love
match.
Jeff Cobb.
Good match.
Do you know what I say about Jeff Cobb? He's a great wrestler, but he has about 1 point of charisma out of 10.
I've never seen him do anything where he showed Christmas, so
Yeah.
I had
You
to
can
agree with
use that to your advantage if you make him like Matanza, though. Where
Right, but
Yeah.
but
He's
that
just
dude,
that
like
silent
I like the way he
badass.
came out. Like
Yeah, that's cool.
he
He looks
reminds
great.
He reminds me of like a new age Taz.
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
they
That's
had
why Taz was on commentary.
That, dude, and that's funny. I said that to Brian. I was like, I love that they have Taz on commentary, and he reminds me
Of Taz.
of like old school when Taz had the long hair and the face paint.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tasmaniac.
But
that's why-
we said last week that when he did that small promo and then he showed up, I said it reminded me of when Taz debuted.
Yep,
in WWE.
you did say that.
Yeah.
But that's I don't understand. I like the match, but I wouldn't have had him lose clean at the end. Like it to me.
I guess 'cause he's
just
inside
have
a contract?
Just have Jericho and them. Yeah, just
No,
have
he
Jericho and
didn't.
them beat
He
the shit out of Moxley.
No, he didn't. They said he's
No,
only,
yeah, they said-
he only agreed to a couple dates. But
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to get him because
I wonder if he's going to be gone for a while, then finish out what he's doing with Ring of
Maybe.
Honor and all these things,
Yeah.
and then they'll come
Yep.
in like
Yeah.
full speed ahead with him.
Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus Lucha Bros for
Excellent
tag team
match.
titles.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
This
match,
is
yeah.
this is
I can't say nothing bad about
this is for me probably match of the night.
This is
Yeah,
my
for both
match. This is
shows,
my
yeah.
match of the week. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this match was excellent.
especially Phoenix, how he does. Kenny's
Yeah,
on the
Phoenix
apron
was
and the
nuts.
dive to the Rana to the outside. That's awesome.
Even when he ran against it and kicked Kenny in the face, I
Yeah.
was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
I guess for me, that's just not my style of wrestling. You know,
I think I like the Lucha Bros. They're spotty, but not as spotty as like the Bucks. But I just think the way they mesh with Kenny is fantastic. I think they're like the style. I think they're complete style clashes, but they work really well together. And I just think that match flowed really well for having 4 guys in there that have completely polar opposite styles, like strong style and like lucha style. And I thought it was a really fun match.
I thought it was really good, and I love their finisher, the buckshot lariat and the V trigger at the same time.
Yeah, that's great. I love
That's
that
like,
finisher.
ooh, who
I
thought-
really like it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then we end with Cody versus Wardlow in the cage.
Wow, it flew by. It was a
It
fast
flew
show.
by. Yeah, flew by.
That was an easy 2 hours to
Which
watch.
is good because like Raw feels like
a
it's 24
promo in
hours.
there. There was a promo in there with Nyla, and she came down.
we forgot when Darby comes out then too.
Oh yeah, Darby came out.
Darby comes
for the
back out
Moxley
for the-
and
it was a little long.
For that's yeah.
Him to come out, like
Yeah, I
It was
agree.
like, come on, let's just fucking skate.
I think they
skate
could have
down.
did just the music. Don't do the lights. Like the music starts, then the lights go down, and then he comes right out.
And then it took him forever, like to fucking
to get down.
and
I
you're
think-
on a skateboard.
Because I think it's his thing is I think he puts it on a little too much.
Yeah.
Like I think backstage people are like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
The thing
he's still learning.
A lot of
too,
people
like-
gave when I posted about it on All Things Wrestling, people gave it shit because they're like, "Oh, really? Like this 120-pound dude's going to come out and beat everybody up? It's like he's the hero." It's like, yeah, that's wrestling, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, of course.
Plus,
Like,
he was beating people up with a skateboard. He
Yeah.
did that backflip thing with the skateboard.
that was awesome.
cool.
That was
Yeah.
that was
What
badass.
Jeff Cobb go to give him the
German
German?
him,
Yeah,
yep,
he lands.
landed right on his feet. Yep.
I would have had Jeff Cobb just fucking destroy him.
That's what I think I would. Yeah.
Because you want this guy, if he didn't sign anything, you're bringing him in, fucking make him look really fucking
so he's
strong.
like, you know what, let's resign.
at least making him a commodity.
Yeah.
It's going to be Cobb. I mean, not Cobb. Allen versus Santa Guevara,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
think is going to be a fun match.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then we get Cody versus. Well, actually, let's go back to the Moxley real thing because I have a question. Does Jericho retain over Moxley?
Yeah.
I probably. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Moxley. Takes
I mean,
the
it's really
title.
looking like Moxley's gonna win, but I don't know. It's
I just think
the
it'd
money's
be-
in Jericho being world champion, bad guy, and all these faces. I don't know who's going after him next. Kenny? I don't know.
And see, that's the main issue they have with no matter who wins, honestly. Because if Jericho wins, like, not only what does Jericho do next, what does Moxley do next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if Moxley
Moxley,
wins,
Pac?
there's no good. Like, yeah, Pac's the only reasonable person that could challenge for the belt.
I would like Moxley Cody.
Pox.
It'd be too easy for a
Cody
big baby
can't
face,
challenge for
baby
the
face.
title either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Oh boy.
until they retcon that.
Until he
that's
comes
the
in
thing.
with a mask.
Even
Yeah.
if Jericho
Midnight
does,
Rider, son of Midnight Rider.
if Jericho does win, he beat both the two top baby faces in the company already. So, I mean, he
Yeah.
could face Kenny anytime. He can do that anytime. Besides that, though, I guess Darby,
Dustin, I don't like.
Dustin,
I'd be
yeah.
down with that.
They're in a really sticky situation. They're going to have to
Change
continue
his
the
gear,
feud.
and I'd be.
Yeah, it's a little.
I hate that fucking gear.
They're going to
face
have to
paint.
keep it going.
I hate it.
There's going to have to go for another pay per view.
I think, yeah.
or two. I don't know.
Especially you want to get
Yeah, I
Kenny
think it
hot.
could keep. I think that's the most likely.
Because then
Yeah.
you got to get Kenny away from Hangman.
It's not over.
And do that. And plus,
then-
there's that Iron Man match next
Yeah,
week.
and then we ended with the
Excuse me.
cage match that we talked about earlier. Yeah, so then we start off NXT with a promo.
Well, hold on.
Are we giving out the spot of the night thing? Because I think we all might have the same spot of the night.
Yeah, the spot on night was the moonsault.
The
moonsault.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moonsault.
I literally screamed. I don't know if you even heard me, but I went, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because
He wouldn't think about it. He was like, up.
yes, exactly.
he didn't even
that's
look.
why
Yeah.
he just got up there and fucking. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, like
Yeah.
most people they'll do that shit.
Yeah.
He was
Are-
like,
are they
ah,
like-
fuck it.
Well, before he hit the very top, he looked at the crowd and he did like an Eddie pump. And
it
then
was so
as soon as
fast.
as soon as his feet touched
Yeah,
the
he was
top,
off.
he was gone.
I was like,
You
wow.
guys see the promo he gave after the show was over?
No, I didn't. I heard
He
this
gave
good.
a great promo. He was like, I've been getting asked all week by people in the back, are you going to do a move off the cage? He's like, I'm in my hometown, so of course I'm going to do a goddamn move off the top of the cage.
Yeah.
It was great.
NXT starts with Undisputed Era giving a promo. I thought it was a good promo. Maybe promo of the night. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Then we get Leo Rush versus Jordan Devlin. Good match.
Very good match.
Very good match.
It was the best match on NXT, I
Really?
think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because the main event, dude, Dream looked really rusty. He looked
Yeah.
rusty.
Really?
Yeah.
It did.
Well, he looked sloppy when he was beating them all up before when he came back. And I was
Yeah,
like,
he-
but I was like, well, maybe it's just,
Yeah, he looked sloppy.
Even though it got interrupted by a commercial, just because it's like right up my alley, I really like the tag match later.
Yes.
No, that's true. That was a good match. So that's true.
Then we got Austin Theory, and then Ciampa comes out and cuts a small promo, and then they fight.
Austin Theory looks like a creator wrestler.
I hated this segment. Why of all people do you put a blue chipper like Austin Theory to be the one who Ciampa just goes out there and smacks around?
Yeah, it could've been
that could have
anybody.
been anybody. That could have been Damian Priest. It could have been anybody. You don't.
some guy.
This 20-year-old kid
local
who's going to
talent.
be like the future possibly.
And the thing
Yeah.
I didn't like is they kind of do a similar thing later with Kona Reeves.
yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Yep. Grizzly Young Vets versus
Not this tag match, sorry. I forgot there's two of them.
I'm gonna say this wrong. Jaquin Wild.
Joaquin Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like
then-
Joaquin, like
yeah.
the Joker.
And then
That played Joker.
Raul, or I don't know, but I
Raul
don't know.
Mendoza.
Raul Mendoza.
I'm glad the Grizzly Young Vets are staying in NXT.
Yeah, I
because
like
they
them.
need
I
it.
think
Yeah, I
they're
was
very
gonna
good.
say I heard they're coming to the main roster.
They're going to come to the main roster, and they're
main
doing
NXT.
they're doing an angle where the Forgotten Sons are going to be like the over American team. Like
I hope they're forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
well, no, they're doing this
I
thing
hope
where
they lose a lose town match.
the UK guys are saying that they hate America, and then they're making the.
I don't like the Grizzled Young Vets or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they're called either. I'm not a fan of that.
I think they're.
Oh, I'm
super
a
Does
huge
talented.
anybody
fan.
here like any of the Forgotten Sons people?
no.
The one guy I like. I don't know his
Jackson?
name. The one guy's really good in the ring. The last time during the Dusty Classic when they wrestled, that one
Blake?
guy.
Wesley Blake.
Yeah, that
I
one
heard
guy was
Wesley
fantastic.
Blake. A lot of people say Wesley Blake is really underrated. That he's a really good worker, but
Yeah.
I only know him for teaming up with Murphy. I don't know
that's-
anything about him.
yeah.
and Murphy wasn't even that good then.
No, that's what's so weird. Like
he worked with Black.
Yeah.
You can tell he mimics Aleister Black a lot.
He does a lot of Kenny Omega.
He went
stuff,
up to the 205 Live, and all of a sudden he was like Kenny Omega Jr.
He does.
What the fuck?
I do all the New Japan finishers.
Yeah.
He does
Yep.
Kamigo go away and everything.
Maybe they just let him go. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And the other thing about Wesley Blake is he married well, so good for him.
Oh, my girl.
Sarah Lee from
Sarah
Tough
Lee
Enough,
from Tough Enough.
the one that won.
Oh wow,
Oh.
good for
Oh,
him.
I don't remember her at all.
She got fucking cut because she got was it because she got pregnant or
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
she was really fucking
But
cute.
the Tough Enough is always
Yeah, that show's
snake
always
bit.
weird.
Yeah.
The guy who won, they didn't
Remember
didn't
Andy?
do shit and
Big
they fired
Andy?
him.
Yeah, Silent
Big Andy,
Andy.
yeah. I like that fucking ZZ dude.
Oh, was that the dude from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Then they
Yeah.
signed him, and then they
The
got rid of
Gator
him.
guy. Yeah.
Which made no
He's
sense.
so-
They signed him, gave him a chance. He wasn't even doing the goddamn work on the show.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he was going to do?
What guy won that tough? Because
It was that big ass
Andy.
dude.
was that this last one?
I think
Yes.
so.
'cause
Okay.
it
Yeah,
had
remember
to
he
be.
never wrestled
No, he never wrestled at all.
And they told Patrick, like,
because Vince didn't like that one promo that he did. Like,
Yeah. Broserweights versus Danny Burch and
That's
Oni Lorcan.
Oni
Oni
Lorcan.
Lorcan. That's the match. I love that match.
Fantastic match.
Brian's a really big Oni Lorcan
I love.
Danny
Yeah.
Burch fan.
I don't like him because he asked for his release and then he immediately resigned.
Yeah.
And he probably only asked to get more money. I'm like, you asshole.
It is what it is.
Apparently, I heard he was hard
A
to
lot
deal
of them
with.
do
in
that, though.
indie.
Fucking, like,
Yeah.
Mike Kanellis did some weird
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, he's a jerk.
Well, he's a weirdo. I mean,
I think a lot of them are.
Yeah. He said, I'm upset. I want to leave. I want to release. Well, here, we'll give you this money on the side. And then he goes, I want to release again.
yeah, because they put you right back in the same cuckolding story
Yeah,
you were
what
in
do you think you
before.
were doing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what the hell did you think was going to happen?
You gonna
Here's
get
his
booked with
contract.
title?
Oh, okay, great. I'm going to give you all these matches. Well, actually, you're going to finish the cuckolding storyline.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
I want to release again.
His wife's like, I'm fucking all these people. He's like, okay. Like, what the hell? It made no sense. It's so stupid.
Your baby's not even yours.
Yeah, your baby's not yours. Then Rusev can't. I was like, dude, holy shit, this
Yeah.
is convoluted.
So Rusev was
come back now,
Rusev was banging her.
He was banging Maria, but she never brought up.
And then
Well, no,
what's
she
her name
said-
was banging Lana.
No,
Liv Morgan,
pretty,
yeah.
pretty much.
That
She
never
said
happened,
she
though.
said the Rusev thing wasn't true. Like he wasn't really banging. That was just
She said she made it
whatever.
up.
Yeah,
What,
she
what
made-
I love
she made it up.
is that Rusev wanted too much sex from the Lana
Yeah.
storyline. She didn't want Rusev. She didn't like it because he wanted too much sex. But Bobby Lashley wants just as much
sex, and it's fine.
But it's okay.
And while Rusev was wanting too much
Plus,
sex, she was
she's-
also having sex with Liv
With-
Morgan.
with
Yeah, on
Liv
the
Morgan,
side, yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't blame her because I
He
love Liv
lives
Morgan.
super high. Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Oh, dude, I love Liv Morgan.
What a
Could you,
storyline
could
that
you
makes no
even be
sense.
mad at your wife if your wife was like, "Listen, I want to fuck this hot blonde"? I'd
Yeah,
be like,
but-
"Can I please just watch
Yeah.
at least?" Like, I'm
Or
not
can
going to say
you-
no.
can you
fuck her,
record
I
it
don't
for
care.
me and
Yeah,
then I can
just
watch
something.
later?
I'd be like, fine, do it. I'm gonna be mad about it. And all you're gonna hear is who the the drool coming through the wall and a peephole getting installed.
The only thing you got to think of though is you're having Enzo's seconds. That's the only downside.
And Tyler
there.
Bates, because Tyler Bates also runs.
Oh, yeah, he was.
You know what I say to that? How you doing? How you
Tony
doing?
would straight up have sex with Enzo if he had a
with,
chance.
with Enzo, yeah. I was gonna say, what do you say?
Yeah.
He's just like, I have no Enzo sense.
If Heidi was like, I want to fuck Enzo, Tony'd be like, all right, I'll be mad about it. Watching Enzo.
He's in there.
How you doing? Yeah, he's cutting a promo while he's fucking her.
Yeah. Oh God.
About Tamatanga. Yo, Tom, I'm fucking this guy's wife.
Yeah, until he
I'm
co-
gonna
until
fuck
he
your
comes
wife
up.
next. Tamatanga's like, what the fuck? Leave me alone,
Leave
dude.
me alone. I can't.
Did they drop that?
No,
it's still
he's
going.
still going.
It's still going, and it's like,
What's
what's
the payoff?
New Japan ain't giving him a job.
Keith Lee squashes Reeves, and then we
Good.
had the Dijak come out and say, "I want to fight you again."
Yeah.
I hate him too.
Dijak, I don't. He's
I don't
a
hate
wrestler, but I don't. He looks awkward to me.
Yeah,
It's
this-
very awkward. It's
yeah.
like you're 7.
Yeah. And that his finisher, I think, is terrible.
This match here was a waste. Chelsea Green and Caden Carter.
Yeah.
Well, that's the relaunch of the Robert Stone brand.
Yeah, but then Bianca
What's
Belair comes out and it's a roll up
Oh, she
finish.
beats- oh.
No, she just says she cuts a promo on Charlotte, and then all of a sudden
She stops the match, cuts a promo, which I was like, what
By the way,
why didn't somebody just hit her?
I don't want
want
to say this because I love Matt Cardona and the $1,000 broski, but dude, Chelsea Green is not hot.
I liked her when she was.
I mean, I'd fuck
Laurel
her, but
Van
that's
Ness.
okay.
I don't think she's terrible.
that was a good
No. We have a penis. Of course,
Yeah,
we'd
yeah.
fuck her. Of course, we'd fuck her. But dude, her like her eyes are fucking going this way, and she's.
I mean, to be fair though, like, could you imagine trying to date Zack Ryder? Like, he's such a annoying.
Yeah.
guy.
He's very annoying.
He's very annoying.
I can't stand.
I
it.
like
wanna
that
have
you
sex?
said we have a penis, like it's a hive penis. It's not. We have penis.
we went. We have
Oh,
eight.
we have a collective penis.
Their tornado tag penis with fucker.
and share it. We all screw it off and pass it on the table.
Can I use it tonight?
Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah. Then we have Velveteen Dream versus Rodnick Strong.
Rodnick.
Rodney.
Rodnick's is a fucking
Roderick
Minersville.
Strong.
Rodnick Strong and Harold.
Right,
Finkel.
Minersville, yeah.
Anyway, I fucked up.
They're really making Roddy.
It didn't seem like like how someone said. It didn't seem like a grudge match.
They're really making Roddy seem like a good guy here.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only that, but like we already said, like Dream was super sloppy in it. It didn't seem like a grudge match. I don't know. I wasn't into it at all.
He's defending the honor of his moderately hot wife.
Yeah.
I said the same thing though about like who the fuck was it? Moxley and AEW. Like with certain things, it's like if you're gonna have a grudge match, you cannot just have these guys come and do fucking regular wrestling moves.
Let's lock up and do a wrist lock.
We're gonna do and then at some point just have a normal match like. But whereas, like
it started off hot, but like how you were saying
like
before,
sexy hot or
it's saying like how it started off with like they were like looked like they were actually
Johnny's
brawling.
like, I'm into it.
They were actually brawling, but like how you said,
Where's that collective penis?
a couple weeks ago with the Fiend and Daniel Bryan, where you attacked my wife and then I come out and I do my taunts.
Yeah, why would you?
Roderick Strong would even? Why would you do the whole boom thing? Like I'm here to. Yeah,
I'm gonna put over.
Did I say it?
some,
Sorry, Roddy. Why would Roddy come out and?
I'm gonna put over some local people. When we were at the PPW show this past weekend, one of the matches on there was Casey Navarro and Sebastian Cage. And
as soon as Casey's a fan favorite, as soon as his music hit, he ran to the ring and fought him.
He's not only a fan favorite, he's not only a babyface, but he is a guy who is like, playing to the crowd. He does a lot of aerial stuff. But the storyline here is the last time Casey Navarro was in PPW, he had a title shot, and his friend Sebastian Cage turned on him and cost him the title. So it was even when the bell rang. Before the bell rang, he slides in that ring. He's not doing any flips. He's taking the guy down and beating the shit out of him. And that's what they should have done here.
Yeah, why don't you do that? No, I'm going to come out first and do my taunt, and I'm going to do my full entrance.
So you heard it here first, PPW. You did it better than NXT.
Absolutely, yeah. This time they did. And to the point where we saw Sebastian Cage later, he still had handprints on his chest.
Like 2 hours later.
They didn't have cool Riddler pants.
It's so weird that they do that because they know better.
Yeah, they do. And I'm sure there's someone there saying, hey, why don't we just run right to the ring?
Over it. Yeah, we just talked about the scorecards.
Sure.
Well, I think somebody that's a wrestling fan that is going, just why isn't this guy just fucking
like if you had like your mom that doesn't know wrestling, she'd be like, oh, them two guys hate you. Or why is he doing that?
Why is he putting his knee pads on?
Yeah.
Why isn't he just fucking going out in the street?
And why is he mad?
Oh, unless he has knee pads over the jeans, WCW style.
Yeah.
Handkerchief hanging out of the pocket, tape fists.
Yeah. I don't know. So NXT, I mean, they didn't really. The only thing they really set up was the night. Like they didn't. I feel like NXT and AEW set up more story for the future than NXT did after a major pay per view. You didn't see anything like Ciampa talked about Gargano, but nothing in response.
Finn wasn't on at all.
No
right?
Finn Balor blow off.
That's what NXT does. It's so weird because NWA Power why am I bringing that up?
My favorite.
I love it. But NWA Power is kind of like an homage to old studio wrestling.
Yeah, I was saying that just real. Yeah, well, to your point, I was saying the same thing. I'm like, it's like an homage. Sometimes I feel like it's not like you can't take it seriously.
It's like a cover band,
right? It's exactly. It's like it's a cover band of like what's the Grateful Dead band.
Oh, Bad and Company.
No, it's got a name like
Fish.
No, it's got a name like the Grateful Dead. Like
oh, I got it. Like
I forget what they are. Yeah.
What's the Led Zeppelin ones? Like Let the Lead Out. Like
Get the Lead Out. Yeah.
There's another one. There's another Led Zeppelin type too.
I know there was an all-female one. Was
Dread Zeppelin.
Dread Zeppelin.
Yeah. They were the reggae one.
Yeah, they were the reggae one. But yeah.
But they're like almost like a cover band. They're doing like an homage to old studio wrestling, where I think NXT is almost what studio wrestling would be if studio wrestling still existed today.
Yeah.
And part of it is they don't like to put everybody on every show. Where
that's okay.
And that's fine. Where with AEW, even if he's just in the crowd, Jericho's going to be on every show.
You know what it is? I think we got spoiled. I guess if you want to say spoiled by WWE. I always say it's like I fucking hate Eric Bischoff for making Monday Night or Nitro like pay-per-view quality matches.
Yeah.
Because like I remember you saying about like Tyler. I remember you saying about like. It was one of the matches. I think maybe it was like Viking Raiders, like with the squash matches. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I like the squash because I always said to Brian, I'm like, we need more jobbers, man.
Yeah.
Like because I liked Raw being like that, and then the fucking pay-per-views having those big matches.
Yeah.
Because we got spoiled, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
and with NXT, not everybody has to be there.
Like, yeah. In a bubble, like this week's NXT show was a really good wrestling show, but when you put it up against that AEW show, AEW felt more like an event.
Yeah,
where it is more of that modern Eric Bischoff, everything's a pay-per-view thing.
Yeah.
Where NXT, if you put it in a vacuum, you take it away from AEW, that's a damn good wrestling show.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
The only thing interesting with the Ciampa thing, like when he had that, which I didn't like the beatdown of Theory, but he did say something in his promo that was interesting, was that he can't accomplish his goals unless Johnny Gargano is out of NXT. So to me, that's kind of that's nail in the coffin that he's definitely leaving after.
It makes it sound like they might be working toward a loser leaves town.
And that poor guy, when he gets the main roster, it ain't gonna be good.
It's not gonna be good. Yeah.
The only thing is he has
what kind of gimmick do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be maybe a boy band singer?
Shorty or G?
Yeah.
Shorty.
Because he's like 5'6", 7".
Gargano?
Yeah, somewhere on there.
He should never be on the fucking main roster.
He has a friend. He has a very good friend in a very high place, though.
Yeah, I mean, he does have Triple H's, but a lot of those guys did.
Shawn
Michaels, yeah. I don't know how much.
But Shawn's all NXT.
But they're all NXT. Yeah, Vince doesn't give a shit about that.
That's true. Yeah,
he's got to look at him and be, God damn, he's small.
He better pray he goes to Raw.
He looks like
he has to go to Raw. If he goes to SmackDown,
he better
he's dead
pray
on
he goes to Raw.
I think the Undisputed Era will go to SmackDown, and I actually think that they'll be okay on SmackDown because when they did the whole shit with the invasion stuff, apparently the head people at Fox were like, yo, we really like those guys, they're good. But Johnny has to go to Raw because he's fucking on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think him and Ciampa would be better on Raw.
But Ciampa, I don't think is going to get called up. I think after he made that interview where he talked about his neck just can't handle it. I think
he said he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it. And I think Triple H, that's the one guy. Nobody else can go in there and be like, I don't want to go. Triple H will be like, well, fuck off, go.
Yeah.
But Ciampa, because he does have the serious neck injuries and Triple H does respect him, I think we'll let him stay.
And he's the guy I believe who's like, I'll retire before I go.
Yeah, I 100% think he will.
Another guy I think that might not do that, he might have the same respect for too is Bobby Fish because he's 41.
Yeah.
But would you think Bobby Fish would rather stay in NXT by himself than go up with all of his friends? I think he'd want to go.
Yeah, if there's somebody called the Undisputed Era, I think he would go.
Yeah.
He might.
But that schedule.
That schedule is not going to be good on his knees and shit.
So the last thing I want to end up with this, unless you have, do we pretty much cover all of our spots, like best of?
Yeah, we went over best spot, we went over best show. The only thing we didn't go over is who we thought was the wrestler of the week between both shows. Anybody have who you guys think was the standout this week?
I don't know. I would say maybe pick somebody from that tag match.
Yeah, Kenny and
it could be a team, so I could see Kenny and Hangman being my pick.
Yeah, I would say Kenny and Hangman.
Agreed.
And promo,
Cody
best promo. I mean,
there wasn't a promo that really stuck out to me.
No, I mean, if I had to give one to somebody just for an award, I'd give it to the Undisputed Era.
Here's a side
or
thing.
no, Ciampa. I'd do the Ciampa thing.
Yeah, I would say Ciampa.
During the women's match, when Britt Baker gave Tony Schiavone the cup of coffee and his name was spelled wrong.
That was pretty funny.
Okay, so
she's a
catch me up
barista.
to speed right here because I haven't really been.
When Tony was out of wrestling, he did work at Starbucks.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. And he got it. His name his face is on the cup, and he was all happy about that. From what I heard, the dialogue going back and forth, they seem very friendly. Even though in the past few weeks she's been kind of
I didn't
shitting
get
on
that.
him.
Why
What
is
happened?
Tony being? I don't know. I don't know why Tony's being nice to her. He should be like.
But she was being nice to Tony too. She wasn't being as mean as she's been when they would do that thing on the ramp. So
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it seemed
weird.
like it's 1 week to the next.
It's fucking strange.
During Takeover, going back to Ciampa real quick, and we'll end on this, and then we'll head to the topic. That fucking neck to the commentator's table. Did it? I'm the only one who fucking cringed on that when I was like, "Holy fuck! I can't believe
it."
I cringed when I first seen it.
With the powerbomb or whatever. Yeah.
No, when he picked it, Ciampa was laying face down, and he grabbed him
the back.
And he just threw him back, and his head hit.
It was more so his back.
Yeah,
kind of
when it first happened, it looked bad. When they showed the 30 replays, they always show for some fucking reason. Like, dude, if the thing looks brutal, let it just go. Don't show a replay. They showed 30 replays afterwards, and it was super clear that his back hit perfectly safe.
Yeah,
but the first one looked bad. It was
that's such a man.
That's how Sean hurt his back off that coffin when he got back up out.
Sometimes they forget. Fucking didn't Davey Boy fuck up his back
on the Warriors trap door?
Yeah. The trap door. People do fucking get fucked up all the time.
Yeah, that spot could have went south real quick. But all right, so Tyler, you got tonight's topic.
Yeah, I picked Ricochet pretty much because he's in the title program of Brock. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's build him up a little bit. Plus, a little behind the scenes. I picked R-Truth. We already did R-Truth, so had to go with Plan B.
I wasn't here for that one, so I was like, oh, that'd be a good one.
I don't think I was here. No, I wasn't here for one of them. Yeah, I forget who it was.
Yeah.
All right, so he started training in 2003. Right away, he was Ricochet. So the first name he ever picked, he stuck with. So that's pretty surprising.
That's
like so rare, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I know anybody who's ever done that. So that's crazy. His real name is Trevor Mann. He started off in Chaos Pro Wrestling. He was trained by Chuck Taylor, which is pretty cool. It's funny that he was trained by a guy, and at least in my opinion, he's way better than the guy in the long run.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I guess that might be
My mic
common.
was
I don't
on.
know. I guess it just depends who the hell you got trained
No,
by.
Ricochet's better than Chuck.
Yeah.
And I love Chuck
It's like
Taylor.
Triple H and Killer Kowalski.
Yeah.
But Chuck Taylor has, I think, more charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he can actually talk.
Oh, I would turn Ricochet heel and put him with maybe MVP.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. I just want to turn everybody heel and put him with MVP, apparently. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the first 3 years of his career, he pretty much just wrestled for Chaos Pro Wrestling. But in 2006, he joined Chikara in Philly. That's why he's a big Philly guy.
Do you have, where he's from? Like,
He's born in Illinois. He was born in
okay, because I didn't know if he was
Alton, Illinois.
I didn't know if he was originally from Kentucky or not.
So,
Yeah.
So I was watching older videos of him, and they announced him from Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think that's where he
Kentucky.
trained with
that's
Chuck
where,
T.
yeah, because Chuck Taylor's from
yeah.
Kentucky.
You know who else is from Paducah, Kentucky?
Tony Falk.
Tony Falk.
Well,
Waffle and time.
and he would wear Ricochet would wear trunks with the Eagles logo on it.
Okay.
And it said in the Eagles font it says Ricochet.
Oh, I never
Yeah.
seen that.
Wow.
That's
He has
cool.
he has a T-shirt like that as well.
Okay.
My buddy Tyler Budwash has this shirt. It's Ricochet with the eagle.
But did he teach Shawn Michaels how to speak his Arnie?
His Arnie. Which is so
Sorry,
easy. Just put
but
his
But
totally
that's
hijacked
probably
this from
why
Tony
he
Falk.
became an Eagles fan from
Yes.
Well, like Chuck Taylor is a
a lot of those
huge
guys
Sixers fan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a
Wow.
lot of those guys are big. Him, who there's somebody else. It doesn't matter.
Well, Gulak, but he's from
Gulak.
Philly.
He has wrestled in this area before.
Gulak's from Philly,
Who, Ricochet?
Ricochet has actually wrestled in.
Ricochet wrestled in fucking, what's the town over Barnesville?
Yeah, he
Barnesville.
wrestled
Oh, wow.
in.
Chikara used to go there.
He wrestled Lakeside Ballroom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
And he jumped from the turnbuckle, and it's such a low ceiling, they thought he was going to hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
Wow.
When me and my ex were going to start up the roller derby thing, we went and had an interview at Lakeside
Okay.
Ballroom to rent it out.
It's a good little spot.
It's been
It's fucking-
sitting though for a couple years and nothing.
Because they want a lot of money
Yeah,
to
they-
rent it out. That's why it's been sitting there. Yeah.
It's a shame.
Wow.
But he did wrestle in our local.
Alex Shelley wrestled locally, too, in Barnesville.
A lot of people.
I love
Cesaro,
dude. Alex
a
Shelley.
lot of people are up in
Alex Shelley's
Barnesville.
fucking funny. He's got
great.
a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
The Machine Guns. They had a tag. It was like whatever Chikara calls the World Tag Team Grand Prix. Or whatever.
Capianos de Parejas? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the tournament. It was up in Barnesville.
Oh,
Wednesday night.
this is so funny. I mean, it's not on here yet. I'm sure it's somewhere. But Ricochet was actually tag partners with dude from Impact, black guy from Impact, cruiserweight. What the
Rich
hell's his
Swann?
name? Rich Swann.
Rich Swann.
Him and Rich Swann and in PWG were the Inner City Machine Guns.
That's
they
pretty
they
good.
were a great team too. They were excellent.
And while we're talking about local references before Tyler gets back onto this,
That's fine.
Tracy Smothers is actually a full-blooded Italian named Vito Marinara from Schuylkill Haven.
Haven. Yeah.
Dennis Corluso said that in Smoky Mountain. He had all this paperwork saying that Tracy Smothers was. This is before the FBI and ECW.
Wow.
Tracy Smothers is a full-blooded Italian named Vito Marinara, and he's from Schuylkill Haven,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Now, why
not
the fuck he
Tennessee.
picked Schuylkill Haven of all places?
It doesn't sound Italian at all.
Yeah. Like,
funny. Who fucking knows, dude?
And people are like, "What's a school? What?"
he should have gave him like a fucking like a Polish name or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Or a butt cabbage
Something.
name. Yeah.
Butt cabbage.
You ever been the butt cabbage and the ass cabbage?
When I first heard that, I was like, "What kind of last name?" is that? Anyway, continue.
So on June 24th, he debuted in Chikara. He actually debuted against Chuck Taylor, so I'm assuming maybe Chuck put in a good word for him. You know, he lost. Then he eventually started teaming with Player Uno.
Okay.
Now Evil Uno in AEW.
So, okay, there we go, Evil Uno, yep. A few months later at the event, he picked up his first win finally. Him and Mike Quackenbush.
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 So Quack has changed everybody. Even
Okay.
this
He's the
guy
guy
right
that
here.
runs
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Chikara. Yeah.
They
We saw him at
defeated.
Break the Barrier 99.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They beat Retail
Oh, God.
Dragon and Shane Storm. I don't know either of
Oh,
them.
okay.
Retail
Shane Storm.
Shane Storm became like Jagged or something. That wasn't or
Shane
no?
Storm. No. Jagged is
Not
actually
Jagged,
Stu
yeah.
Grayson.
Stigma.
He's Stigma. Yeah. Shane Storm became Stigma, and that's all he's ever.
See, I don't know much about Shikara at all.
I like Shane. He used to have the mask. and
Yeah,
shit.
when we took it
I
off.
know they all like wear
Remember when he-
masks.
So this is when I was training there. Some I probably know all these people.
Okay.
Oh, wow,
cool.
you were training during that that period
Yeah,
too.
2006, 5.
Yes.
Oh, good for you. That's when we were watching.
Well, this was all after we had finished recording. We were talking about the one time where Galatians, and he's like, "Yeah, I ran the sound that night."
Yeah. So there's some of them videos if you watch them.
who's my boy? I'm sorry, Rocco. Who's my boy back then?
Crossbones.
Crossbones.
Oh, Crossbones, yeah.
Oh,
He's
he was the
tattoo
funniest.
artist, yeah.
He was the funniest.
On February 16, 2007, at King of Trios event, he made his first challenge for the Young Lions Cup, but he lost to Max Boyer.
Max Boyer.
Max Boyer.
He's from. He doesn't wrestle anymore. He was from Canada, obviously. He was pretty good. He was kind of like Chris Benoit.
And then 2 days later, he
Just
lost another match to Collado, which is Cesaro, you know.
Claudio.
Claudio
yeah.
Castagnoli.
Yeah.
Wrestled in Pine Grove.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did he
I
really?
wrestled him in Pine Grove.
You wrestled him?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
We held the door.
I held
yeah.
the door for him. And he said,
Same
thank
thing.
you. And he goes, door service or something.
That's
like
what
that.
I call service.
He's
He's a great guy.
And this one's a good match. Then on April 22nd, he lost a Fatal 4-Way match involving Pac, Chuck Taylor, and Retail Dragon.
Retail Dragon was, what was his name? Niles Young.
Niles Young.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Man, he had a lot of trial by fire, man. They put him in with
He
some
did.
names.
He was in some good matches.
Chikara had some great talent.
Yeah.
back in the day.
Dude, it was fucking amazing back in the day.
There's a four-way to get off topic, but it's like El Generico, Kota Ibushi, and what was his name? He was with Tommy Dreamer. He's always getting beat up in WWE. Colin Delaney and one other guy. It was awesome.
Colin Olsen.
wow.
Yeah.
Colin Olsen.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that match. I've seen that match.
Brian still has an Ultramanus poster on his fucking wall.
I have Ultraman's black shirt.
So does he.
Mine's all ruined.
He
yeah,
did
it's
the
all
broken thing and Joker at the same time.
When we met Demolition, he fucking paid for us to get pictures of Demolition, and they put the vest on me.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I was wearing my Ultramanus t-shirt.
But
yeah.
he goes and Axe goes to him. He's like, where'd you get the shirt? And he's like, from the guy. And he's like, like he was so.
Was that the King of Trios?
No, it was at Chiller Theater.
Chiller Theater. That's where the fucking Iron Sheik was trying to hold my son.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he told me that.
Yeah.
So the next year, Ricochet lost to Chuck Taylor in the final of the Young Lions Cup. And then he faced and lost to Taylor again in the Young Lions Cup vs. Career match, forcing Ricochet to leave Shakira.
Shakira was there
And
too.
then Ricochet retired, and that's the end of the story.
You know what they say about Chikara, right? Their hips don't lie.
Their hips don't lie. Then he came back wearing a mask, and his name was Helio.
Yeah, Helios. And the crowd hated him.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks.
so they put him with Lindsay Dorado and one other guy I can't remember.
Was he tattooed at the time? So could you tell?
I think he only had a little bit. He also had long hair at the time.
He did.
Yeah.
I saw a picture with him with long, straightened hair.
with Triple H.
With Triple H.
I seen him. He was
Creepy
skinny.
looking.
Yeah, he was
he
pretty
was skinny
too.
looking. I mean, he could still do the flips and everything, but like they was like, hey, these are the guys you're supposed to like. So they were pushing them real hard, and the crowd did
That's
not
like-
them. And they won
remember-
Cricket Trios. Not.
Remember Scorpio Sky with a mask?
Yeah, and he was with
Super
Excalibur,
skinny. He was skinny.
Aerial Express. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this Young Lions Cup like a championship?
So the Young Lions Cup was supposed to be anyone under the age of 26, I think, could go
Wouldn't
for
they
it.
do like a tournament every year, but then you
Yeah.
would defend it like a
Huh.
title?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
'cause
like a cup that you carry
He
around.
apparently beat Chuck Taylor for the title then eventually, and Chuck Taylor claimed it was him underneath the mask, and they can never prove it, so he just kept his champion or something. So then eventually 2008, he teamed with
Lindsay Dorado.
Hollowick
Hollowicket.
and Delirious.
Yeah,
So
From the
I was
Golden
going to say,
Trio.
Hollowick kind of looks like a Delirious.
Okay.
type with the
he has a
mask.
pumpkin head, basically.
Yeah.
He's very good, and the only reason he never got anywhere because he has a really nice job, and he just wants to wrestle on the weekend.
Now I want to see a promo battle between Delirious and a question mark. That would be
Delirious would be phenomenal in NWA.
Yeah.
The three of them made it to the what did they lose in? They lost in the quarterfinals that year.
Oh, King of Trios.
Yep, they entered the King of Trios 2008.
Were you? Did you not watch Chikara?
Nope.
I have some DVDs.
There's
I'm gonna
like
borrow.
a couple matches here and there on YouTube I watched.
From
but I
like
didn't watch a lot.
2004 to like 2009, it was awesome.
Dude,
and then it
amazing.
kind of goes.
Cool.
Well, it goes away for a year because I'll talk off later about that. But it goes away and then comes back and it's never the same.
I love the slow motion matches.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Dolphins
this is
and Bryce is there and he's like,
dude, slow count, everything. Slow.
Just to get through a little bit of this guy's career, I'm going to move on to when he
right.
goes to Evolve because he did a lot apparently in that company. He did,
yeah,
did a whole
they did
lot.
win Young Lions Cup as Helios, Lindsay Dorado. That was what the future is now. I believe
Did
their
he
name
ever
was.
did he ever tangle with our boy Deshaun Pratt while he was there?
Yes, he did.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they did wrestle the Syrian Portal.
Yep.
In 2010,
That was the finals of that Young Lion Cup, by the way. Or,
Oh, wow.
King of Trios.
Really,
that's pretty
Ricochet
cool.
and Deshaun Pratt.
No, that's 3-on-3. So it was a Syrian Portal because they had what was his name? Was the beat guy
Ophidian?
Jonathan Gresham?
Oh no, yeah.
He was the. I
He's
forget
really
his name,
good.
yeah.
Jonathan Grisham's good.
versus
I don't know him.
the future is now.
He's like in Ring of Honor right now. He's teaming with Jay Lethal.
He's a small
little
black guy.
How
He
long,
wears
how
white
long
mid-
have you been wrestling?
I don't know, like 12 years.
12,
13 years.
I think
something.
Deshaun said 13. So you guys are
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
same.
I'm like right around the same. Man.
Yeah.
Probably like a little bit after.
Deshaun was in Osirian Portal, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's what was his name?
Amasis.
Amasis.
Amasis,
Amasis Ophidian and whatever the bird guy's
It's
name
so
was.
fucking weird that like I was here that one time when you were
When he
talking.
called in.
On the phone, yeah.
How fucking I was like, oh, that's so cool because I used to watch this dude.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy, man.
And January 16, 2010, he made his debut for Evolve. He debuted at Evolve 1, Ibushi versus Richards.
No, is that Gabe Sapolsky's
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd watch Ibushi versus David Richards.
That's Amasis.
Amasis, okay.
That's the Sean Pratt.
Right. Yeah.
He lost his debut match to Chuck Taylor, so every place this guy went, he lost to Chuck Taylor.
Well, they probably have really good chemistry.
He put him over everywhere.
Yeah. It was like Jimmy Snuka and the Metal Maniac, but the matches were way better.
First of all, I liked the Metal Maniac.
All right, let him get through his topic here.
Then he lost. He lost to. And then he wrestled Chuck Taylor again at Evolve 3, and then he lost again, but this time via countout.
Oh wow.
Then he beat Drake. I know this guy. Yes, he's the ref in NXT, right? Okay, so I know that guy. I just know him in PWG. I've never seen him in Evolve, but he won a Fatal 4-Way on July 23rd. He ended his losing streak on September 11th by beating Kyle O'Reilly, that's a big win.
Oh, nice.
He made his debut July 24th for Dragon Gate USA.
Also
short-lived. Yeah, it was good.
He defeated Chuck Taylor. Everywhere he debuts, he goes to Chuck Taylor. I don't know.
Too bad Chuck Taylor wasn't.
But this time it was a 4-way because it was Chuck Taylor, Adam Cole, and Eric Cannon.
Eric Cannon. Yeah, it's ARIK.
Yep. Okay.
I was never a big fan of him.
So he won that Fatal 4-Way, so he finally won a debut. Then he teamed with SEMA to defeat Speed Muscle.
Oh, Doi and Yoshino.
Oh, yes. No, Ricky Doi. And, oh, yeah, they were good.
Okay, let's...
And Shima's in AEW now. He does the Lindemanning those guys in T-Hawk.
Strong Hearts.
That's anything like else in this company that was really cool.
I don't know. I don't think he ever won a title there.
Strong Hearts.
Yeah.
Mine's just immediately Black Hearts popped it. Remember when Gangrel was in a Black Hearts?
Yeah, I don't think he ever won a belt. He challenged Johnny Gargano for the Open Freedom Gate Championship.
So that's the Dragon Gate.
There's their USA title, yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so... I mean, that's a good little feud. They had a good match in NXT.
Yeah,
so.
the guy that ran Dragon Gate ran Evolve, too.
Yeah,
the US one.
Oh, he's called Dragon Gate.
Now,
cool.
He was from ROH, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Booker.
Original Booker, yeah.
All right, then he joined PWG in 2010. That's when I finally seen him. I never knew who he was till PWG. He debuted when he lost to Cesaro in the first round of Battle Los Angeles 2010.
I mean, it wasn't Chuck Taylor? Yeah.
It should have been, right? You would think. They should have kept that going.
Yeah,
honestly.
because Chuck was there.
But you know what? Eventually...
But they actually did feud in PWG. Chuck Taylor took the world title off in there, so that does happen. But it was apparently called a star-making performance, even in a loss, so he got over. The following day, he participated in a 6-man tag where Johnny Goodtime and Rocky Romero were defeated by Brian Cage, Chuck Taylor, and Ryan Taylor.
I don't know Ryan Taylor.
Yeah, I never heard him.
Rocky Romero's so good.
But Ricochet was pinned by Chuck Taylor the second night. So there
we go.
So he did.
Order was restored to the world.
Which Rocky Romero over in New Japan with the mask was
Black Tiger.
Black Tiger. That's right. Eddie Guerrero was Black Tiger too.
Yep. October 9th, Ricochet picked up a major victory by becoming the PWG World Tag Team Champion with El Generico.
Who is now in an orphanage in Mexico.
He returned to PWG on April 9th, 2011, when he filled in for Paul London, who was unable to perform. And he teamed with El Generico in the match. And that's when they lost the PWG World Tag Team titles to the Young Bucks.
Paul London, a.k.a. All Stinky Pants.
Even though Generico blamed Ricochet for the loss, they teamed up once again at All-Star Weekend 8, where they were defeated by the Nightmare Violence Collection, which is Akira Tozawa and Kevin Steen.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
It's a cool name, too.
It's great.
It's like the Miracle Violence Connection.
Yeah.
I never heard of them, I've watched so much PWG and I've never seen that team. So that's
and then
cool.
Miracle Violence Connection was Terry Gordy and Dr. Death.
Yeah.
To make a long story short, though, with Ricochet and PWG, he's a former world champion, and he's the only guy, at least I think so, to win the Battle of Los Angeles twice.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's like the tournament.
It's like the independent tournament, so.
Wasn't the J Cup the...
Super 8 was...
Super 8, the Super 8 was pretty cool.
But it's not what it was.
It's not what it was?
Yeah, Kettner doesn't promote ECW anymore, so it's like nothing really.
Yeah, once you win the Battle of Los Angeles 2, you're guaranteed a world title shot. He won it in 2014. That was his first year, and he faced Kyle O'Reilly for the title, but he lost. And then he finally won it in 2017, and then he went on to win the title. He actually defeated Chuck Taylor to win the belt, and then Chuck Taylor beat him back for the title. Yeah, it was a really fast heel turn they made. Ricochet was the heel for the second match, and it didn't work. Nobody took him seriously as the bad guy. And then after that, he finally signed with WWE.
Well, we forgot when he went to New Japan and had to break the internet match.
You're right.
With,
he went to New Japan.
Ospreay.
Well, he was also Prince Puma in Lucha.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was Lucha,
he was
Lucha Underground World Champion. Yep, another big title. But yeah, New Japan from 2013 to 17. He was a participant in the 2013 Best of the Super Juniors. He made his debut teaming with Kenny Omega in a match where they lost to Suzuki Guns members.
So El Desperado and
No,
Kanemaru.
Taichi and Taka Michiguchi.
Taka Michinobu?
Yes, they beat them.
Taichi.
That's when he had crazy hair.
Yeah.
He managed to win 5 out of 8 of his matches though. So
that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's not bad.
For a new guy, yeah.
He lost to Alex Shelley though on June 6th, which cost him a spot in the semifinals. He then returned the next year to be in the Best Super Juniors tournament again. This time advancing to the semifinals when he finished in the second block with a record of 5 wins and 2 losses, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, like
New
a guy
Japan liked him. They wanted to keep him.
Yeah, a guy coming in from this like outside of Japan and for the first time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And so did he win? I guess he won in 2014, right? Because that's his only win. So yeah, he actually beat Kushida in the finals to win the Best of the Super Juniors in 2014. He made him the number 1 contender for the junior heavyweight title. With his win, Ricochet actually became the youngest person to ever win the tournament and the second American to do so at the time. He was unsuccessfully... He challenged Kota Ibushi for the belt, though, and he lost. So he didn't get the belt out of it. And then in 2015, he made another surprise appearance in New Japan. He challenged the winner of the Junior Heavyweight Championship between Kenny Omega and Kushida, which was set to take place 2 days later, and he received his title match on August 16th, but was defeated by Kushida, so he lost again. He returned to New Japan on October 24th, when him and Matt Sydal finally became a team, and they had a good long run there. They became champions a bunch of times.
Fired for pot.
Yeah, he got arrested
detained
too.
for months.
Yeah. They entered the Super Junior Tag Tournament. They beat the Time Splitters in the first round, which is a big deal. Let me try to fast forward to some of this. But yeah,
gets the Will Ospreay.
Yep, they won the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. They had a good feud with the Red Dragon, which was really good. How many times did they win both?
Is Kyle O'Reilly,
The weird
Bobby
thing was
Fish.
when they would do the American specials on Access, they would have to put on Ricochet on during commercials or during New Japan World spots because he couldn't be on TV for a while in America because of the
Lucha Underground.
The Lucha Underground contract.
Even though he was Prince Puma and Mask.
In 2016, the Best Super Juniors, that's when him and Will Ospreay facing the whole internet. Was crazy.
And Vader hated it.
Yeah.
Which led to the Vader versus Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, yeah, that was actually pretty funny. That match actually got him the attention of William Regal. So that's eventually how we got signed by NXT. This even says others criticized the match, including criticism from Vader, who's compared the match to a gymnastics routine, which, he's not wrong, but I still like the match.
Didn't they have a spot when they faced... Because they had a few matches together where
they've had a couple of different promotions. Like they wrestled and they had a good match in... What Culture, which was like a short-lived...
Well, didn't they have one where they both bounced off each other and they both hit the top rope and it snapped? The top rope snapped off.
That wasn't that match, but that did happen. Yeah,
they were doing that spot they did in almost every one of their matches where like he went high, he went low, he goes high, they bounce, he does a DDT but bounces back up, and then they bounce and then do the feet off the top rope and then bounce and face off again.
Yeah.
But when they bounce off the ropes, the rope snapped and they both did like the superhero pose landing and didn't plan it.
That probably looks awesome.
No, that was What Culture. That was actually
and the rope popped and they both landed and they looked at the ropes and they just looked at each other and just started.
I follow What Culture on.
They had a big world tournament. It was like really cool. It was like literally
Kurt Angle wrestled for a little bit.
Kurt Angle wrestled for them for a little bit.
They put a lot of money in them.
Yeah, they did. It didn't work out, which sucks. But hey, they got like Drew McIntyre over. Like he was really over in the company.
It was NWA Power before NWA Power because it was a YouTube based wrestling show.
Oh wow!
And then they actually came in and nuked the British wrestlers.
They had Adam Cole actually defend the Ring of Honor title in the company. He wrestled Christopher Daniels and who else did he wrestle that night?
Chuck Taylor.
Oh no, Jay Lethal. It was Christopher Daniels, Jay Lethal, and Cole in a triple threat. And like that's huge. That's a big match.
Yeah.
But let's skip to him being in Lucha Underground because he joined Lucha Underground in 2014. He was there for 2 years.
Did everything there. He was.
He was the
was
big
he their first,
baby face.
Was he their first champion?
I think.
I believe.
I know he was in the match when Matanza debuted.
It was him and
yes.
Johnny.
He was the
Johnny
first ever
Nitro.
Lucha Underground champion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Johnny Lucha or Lucha Johnny or whatever.
Johnny
Mundo.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I think he lost it to Pentagon, and then that's when he kind of left Lucha Underground.
I think he lost it to Jeff Cobb. Matanza.
Yeah, but
And then he was locked up in the contract and couldn't do anything for 3 years.
Yeah, they all had like 7-year deals, and they didn't even do 7 seasons.
It was awesome while it lasted. Though it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, he lost the title to Matanza. After he tried to get back the title. That was a big feud for a long time on that show. He formed a team with Dragon, Aztec Jr., and Rey Mysterio Jr., and they entered a tournament for the Trios Championship. I don't believe they ever won those belts. Oh no, they did. They won. They eliminated Phoenix, PJ Black, and Jack Evans in the final. So they did actually win the belts. That's pretty cool. He originally signed a contract with Lucha Underground, which gave him. He originally signed a contract which gave him an out following the conclusion of the third season. And WWE was looking to sign him, but Lucha Underground offered a man a new contract which would allow him to continue working for New Japan and the Indies, and it would make him one of the highest paid non-WWE talents in the business. But he didn't take the offer, and he decided to leave and go join WWE. So, in the hindsight, it's probably a good decision.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a good NXT career. He's facing Brock for the WWE title, so that's something. But
get paid good.
He went to NXT. He had a very short-lived NXT run.
Yeah, it wasn't there long.
they really hurried up, and got him.
He had
him out of there.
He had a great feud with Velveteen Dream when he first came in, and that's when he's like, anything you can do, Ricochet, the Dream can do better.
Yeah.
And he
Ricochet
just
did that fucking
the 450
that was
to, out of the ring to his feet,
and
and Dream dropped the mic like he was stunned.
Played a great match with Gargano.
That's when Gargano beat him on the belt.
He had a fantastic
because he was North American champion, right?
He was the first North American champion.
Second.
No, Cole was the first, and he beat Cole.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then he had a great match. With
Remember
Cole.
when Cole super kicked him in the neck when he bounced off the?
The ladder match was
That ladder
fantastic.
match was insane.
EC3's
We're pretty much going to roll out
match.
a lot of his hits here in NXT because that's what's next.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else on here that he did that was crazy. Yeah, he beat Velveteen Dream at TakeOver Chicago too. That was a good match. He won the North American title off Adam Cole.
That's when Velveteen Dream wore the Prince Puma tights.
Yes. Yeah, he wore Prince Puma tights.
Ricochet.
They were actually his tights.
Yep.
Were they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and the War Raiders actually beat the Undisputed Era in a War Games match.
I remember that one was pretty good. That was the first one that they brought back.
There's a skit online that's called not what culture, but there's videos where they have don't turn around or don't laugh or don't sing along challenges, and they do it.
I've seen them.
They do it with WWE all the time, and they had Ricochet on the one time, and the whole skit was you can't cringe, don't cringe or don't make a thing. And, and they showed this one video of this indie show, and this guy does this crazy bump, and Ricochet's like, that's me. I'm in that match.
Oh wow!
And they're like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm the dude right there. And the guy that actually is taking this crazy bump is wearing my gear because he didn't bring gear that night.
Wow.
And he was breaking it down. They're they were blown away that Ricochet was in this indie promo.
Yeah. Because they probably didn't know who they are. They're you have to interview them or whatever,
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, I'm in this match. There's me.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's just crazy that Velveteen Dream wore his fucking tights.
Yeah.
How'd you find out about, I didn't know that was.
Yeah, he gave him the Prince Puma tights.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
and
I thought that he just had.
Because I was like, wow, Velveteen Dream had some cool gear, and I said something. Then it was on the internet the next day. It's like, oh, it was a Prince Puma tights.
Another match that was really good. It was that 6-man that they did during the Super Bowl halftime.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah,
that was really
awesome.
good.
With Aleister Black.
Well, that brings us up to in March. Ricochet and Aleister Black entered the Dusty Rhodes Classic, which they won after defeating the Forgotten Sons in the finals.
Ugh.
But they didn't win the tag team titles. They lost to War Raiders at NXT TakeOver New York,
and
which was a good match.
And it was their send off to go to the main roster.
Yeah, because the next night, the next night they faced for the Raw, I think, or what the hell did WrestleMania SmackDown tag something.
Yeah,
Raw. They were the Raw tag teams, I think. Yeah,
they didn't win them though.
They had them for a bit, I think.
No, they didn't.
They never
won the belts. No. Because his first championship.
Because I know they went 0-2 that weekend, and they never won. Yeah.
His first win, his first title in WWE was the U.S. title.
The U.S. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot he won that totally
from AJ.
From AJ. Yeah.
Yeah. He debuted on the main roster on February 18th on an episode of Raw. He debuted by teaming with Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor to wrestle Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. He then also continued teaming with Aleister Black, and they competed for the Raw Tag Team Championships at Fastlane. In a match featured the Revival, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. They didn't win. And then they also competed for the SmackDown Tag Team titles in a Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 35, where they were also unsuccessful. So they challenged for all 3 titles in the span of a week or something.
Oh, wow.
It was a big thing. And they went 0-3, which I was like, this is kind of stupid. Yeah. You think they maybe should go 0-2?
I didn't like them as a team, really.
No, they didn't really work
mismatched.
Mm-hmm.
On April 15th, he was then drafted to Raw, which he was already on Raw, so whoop-de-fucking-do. But Black went to SmackDown, so they were separated, thank God. He then suffered his first pinfall loss, where he was defeated by Robert Roode, which...
Yeah, I remember it's oh, really?
Yeah, a little interesting. He then competed in the Money in the Bank. It was the year that Brock Lesnar won. He wasn't even in the match. He just came down and just...
He was the one about to pull the briefcase down.
Wasn't that Ali? I thought that was...
No, that was Ricochet.
Ali.
I think you're right. I think it was Ali, actually.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Which, in hindsight, if I'm being completely honest, I'd rather be Lesnar than Ali. I'm not a big Ali fan, but I think he's a good wrestler.
I think he's an amazing wrestler.
I think it should be Mansoor.
I love Mansoor.
Hey, he's going to be at a Superstar Showdown.
Yeah, it's time to shine.
They should just give him that fucking title.
That big green belt.
Yeah, he
have him beat Braun,
champion.
Yeah. Just let him be the fucking champ, and nobody will ever beat him.
No.
And you can also just have him do his Mauro Ranallo impression every week.
The following
Mauro
month,
will quit.
Good.
The following month, he then competed in the 51-man Battle Royal, but he did not win, obviously. Braun Strowman won that.
No, the 51-man was Mansoor.
Oh, okay.
That was the big
Mansoor
Battle
won.
Royal.
Yeah, he just said he didn't win. I assume that was the
Tony,
Braun
is
one.
there going to be an official Tornado Tag podcast? Brian hates fucking Mauro shirt.
No, we make it very clear though.
We're gonna make Mauro sucks eggs. That's gonna be my
If he put that shirt out there,
Maro's leg.
Mauro would have quit NXT.
Yeah.
He would find out about it online. Somebody would send him a picture, and he'd be like, "I can't do this. My life is done."
Oh my goodness! Why haven't we made this shirt already?
Yeah,
Damn you, Brian.
He'll delete Twitter.
I'm gonna get you, Brian.
I think I think he did delete Twitter.
He's off social media.
Yeah, he doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, he said he's not coming back anymore because of Corey Graves.
Because Corey Graves gave him like a little bit of criticism, like nothing even super hard. Just that he talked too much.
He said let the other guys talk. He's like, fuck this.
He's like,
well, because
I'm not showing up to work tomorrow.
He cuts Beth Phoenix off all the time, and
I don't mind him cutting off Beth because she doesn't really out a lot, but like at least let Nigel talk. Jesus Christ, we all hate somebody.
I want them all to cancel each other out. All of them, all three. I want Nigel to somehow wrestle again.
I would love a Nigel.
All right, back to Ricochet real quick, though. He won the United States Championship for the first time by actually beating Samoa Joe at Stomping Grounds.
No recollection.
He then lost the title to AJ Styles at Extreme Rules.
Okay.
Ending his reign at 21 days. Wow, what a fucking reign that was.
That's like the Sasha Banks title reigns.
He then failed to regain the title from Styles at SummerSlam. He then competed in King of the Ring, where he defeated Drew McIntyre, but then he was eliminated by Baron Corbin in the semifinals.
King Corbin.
Then at Crown Jewel, he was on a team for Hulk Hogan was the captain. He was teamed up with Roman Reigns, Ali, Rusev, and Shorty G. And they beat Ric Flair's team, which was Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Bobby Lashley.
It's like the
Drew
worst
McIntyre.
Survivor Series you could ever want to
But listen to
put together.
like the opponents on the team are so much better than the other guys. It's crazy. King Corbin, which
they're
and
huge.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Except for him.
But the team of Ricochet, Roman Reigns, Ali, Rusev, and Shorty G beat them. Like, what the hell?
Roman Reigns, man. He beat
Roman
Reigns. By himself. Like, oh, yeah.
It was the power of Roman Reigns and Hulkamania.
Yeah.
That's when Rusev had the Hogan colors.
All right.
It's a Rusev, but like with the...
Oh, that's cool.
They had it in like the Hulkamania font.
I do actually remember that. That was cool. Okay, so where are we at here? Okay, then his next big thing was he was on Team Raw.
That was Brock Lesnar.
At Survivor Series. They lost to Team SmackDown on a 5-on-5 match. This also involved NXT. And then January 26, 2020, he was part of the pay-per-view where he kicked Brock in the balls, Drew kicked him over the ropes.
Yeah.
And
Rumble.
then on February 3rd, Ricochet became the number one contender by beating Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins in a triple threat to earn a WWE title shot against Brock Lesnar in a Super Showdown.
Oh, they're doing that Super Showdown. What if he won the belt?
My thing is, if you look throughout his career, you're like, oh, damn, all right, awesome, serious, fucking awesome, really cool. Then he gets to WWE, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That seems to be a lot of people, though.
Yeah, it's kind of just like,
yeah,
you're making money, but it's like...
Vince loves that. It's because it's not pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's sports entertainment, and he likes it to be cartoonish.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Sometimes it's just really
some
bad.
background stuff. He is 31 years old, born October 11th, 1988. He's billed at 5'9", and
they stack shit that high.
and he's about 175. Oh yeah, he's 5'9", 175 centimeters. But Trevor Mann, and he's American.
Again, that sounds so fake. That should have just been his name, Trevor Mann.
Yeah, Trevor Mann.
That sounds like it sounds like a fake name.
I'm the man.
Listen,
Trevor
your name
Mann.
sounds really fit. You're going to be Ricochet.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that, like we already went over that. He came up with Ricochet first, and it just stuck. Like, that never happened.
That never happened. Well, I guess he was...
For a
not
little
King
bit.
Cuerno,
Yeah.
but Prince Puma.
Helios. His mask was terrible.
Yeah. All right, Andy, what do you got to plug?
Geez, there's True Wrestling tomorrow in Plains, PA, at the True Mill.
True Mill.
Me and Matt Turner will be taking on Trajan Horn, Chubby Daddy, and Clayton Drasher.
Cool.
And then Saturday's Outbreak Wrestling, which we already did plug. So
Yeah, Ryan.
that's it for me.
You got this?
What?
We plugging something here?
Shorty G.
Oh, there we go.
Shorty G, a big fan.
Watch him lose to Sheamus on Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh God!
We're walking billboards. So,
Rip off the shirt, brother.
So this is a shirt I'm wearing. It's for a podcast called Murder My Dude. It's a true crime podcast that went on hiatus, but we're back now.
They're back in business. I'm excited about it.
The
You
Rock.
should have had an episode where you came back and like you're like we're on hiatus and like Brian's dead and here's the new host and you could have an episode how someone killed Brian.
We actually did that.
You pitched that.
No. We did this on a show, The Cheap Shot, which was our old podcast, where our friend Ben went to WrestleMania and he got hit by one of the sparks from the.
He literally got hit
It
by.
was the year
He got hit by a pyro.
Yeah, the Undertaker Edge match where the fireworks went off. Yeah,
And he got hit by the pyro, and so we did.
Did he try to sue?
No, he's fucking
dummy.
He's a dumb. Yeah. So we did this thing where he died.
Could have got a free shirt at
And
least.
we have videos of it too. You should check it out. Fucking him doing acting. It's funny. There's 3 videos where we'll show you. We'll show you at some point.
but no, we also made a joke on the podcast where we would say, yeah, one of us killed the other. That is called Murdered My Dude.
Murdered my
That's
dude.
how.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
needs
what we're doing.
that has
Plugging
to end.
things. Murder
Yeah.
My Dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Check it
Last
out.
episode you can check out is the Martin Luther King episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have one coming up next Thursday. 1 week from tonight, it will be released.
What's the topic?
JFK.
Yeah.
JFK, my
Yeah,
dude.
because that's what we promised for the last episode. We said next week is JFK. Long fucking week.
Yeah.
But it's going to be JFK.
You guys get into like this conspiracy of it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. We got into a fucking little argument. And,
Call up Jesse Ventura.
There is a little bit of a connection supposedly with the conspiracy theories between MLK and
Yeah.
JFK.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yep.
I'll be listening to that for sure because I'm a huge conspiracy nut on
They
JFK.
do their show is really good. You definitely check it out. All their stuff's really good. The wrestling ones are really good as well too.
What wrestling?
We did 2 wrestling episodes.
There were 2 wrestling episodes. Yeah.
What episodes?
Anything else you want to plug?
Not in particular.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting something?
No, I'm just asking. Tyler?
You have a
All things wrestling on Facebook and House of Glory at houseofglory.net. That's it.
I have a what?
No, I'm saying if you might be going to that show Saturday.
Oh yeah, I may
he
be
goes.
joining Tony at
Outbreak Wrestling.
at Outbreak
Depending
Wrestling.
how it goes, yeah.
And then
Temple, PA.
if you enjoy my dulcet tones, High Tension Wrestling's coming in May, and I will be commentating.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited about that. The
May
voice,
2nd.
The voice of high tension wrestling.
Tyler's
Joey
about to plug
Styles.
Bane.
Yeah.
Also Bane, Gotham City.
Yeah, so that like I said, check out our stuff that we put out for PPW is coming out really soon. Brian was behind camera. He's our camera guy there. And you were a trooper that day, man. You were sick as hell.
I wasn't feeling well, and I apologies to Chris Banks because I fucked up his interview twice.
He kept walking around. Everyone's like, "What's
But
up?"
not as bad as Andy Hedder's gonna fuck him
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
Brian can look at a cough drop and fucking feel sick.
Yeah, he was.
He's always
He
sick.
gets in the car. He's like, "I'm gonna die."
This is all the time. I've been saying this for years. He'll get a cold and he'll be like, I'm like, dude, come on.
I can't say that I'm the same way.
I had
As
cancer.
soon as I
to the
get sick,
I had
I'm always
fucking
sick.
cancer and diabetes. And here I am eating fucking tasty cakes like a fucking trooper.
You probably shouldn't do that. I don't think you
You're
should
right.
do that.
I
Yeah,
guess I'm not going to plug tasty cakes. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so check out the rest of stuff on the show. And we didn't really bring it up, but the sign we can point to.
Oh God! Wait,
Oh,
that's not-
shit.
We can point to the sign. There it is, the first episode with it. Thank you guys for the support. Remember, hit that like and subscribe. Check out the links below if you want to go follow everything we talk about. Murder My Dude, PPW, High Tension, Outbreak Wrestling. It's all
Razor
there.
Ramon.
Razor Ramon. We're there.
Hey,
We'll see you guys next time. Here is, I don't even know if this is the right one. We'll find out right now.